You got stuck. A Niner. I got to start like this. I got to do it. Niner. You know what? I got to be careful with that today. It's torn up. Fam. Oh, by the way, in fact, yeah, late NBA final. I mean, listen. If you're the Boston Celtics, you tell everybody on your team, I don't want to hear a word. Keep Kyrie Irving's name out of your mouth. Don't say anything to anybody. Don't get him going. Anyway, fam, 49ers, Shanahan's air aces. And Niners lineup of wide receivers is every type of talent that is needed to render a defense absolutely moot. We've seen them go limp in the past last year. Exactly. I keep wondering, what if last year's offense, which was just really ridiculous, I mean, we led the league. We were the top offensive offense in the league, right? What if the defense would have looked like it did, say, the year before? And the defense wasn't bad, I'm just saying, but they were like a little more imposing. Now, this year, the offense gets a little better. The defense, every guy on the team, every star on the on the 49 defense right now is saying, yeah, we'll be okay. Yeah, Coach Swartz has got things back where it ought to be. Some of the new recruits may even significantly add more to the potency of the Niners passing game. Now the coach Kyle Shanahan seems to be pretty comfortable with quarterback Brock Purdy. It can be expected that the run game may be reduced a degree in the upcoming 2020-24-25 season for an increase in that air attack. I'm seeing that. It could be. You know, a lot of us have been complaining about, man, it's kind of boring, man. We just run the ball. And it worked. But people still want to see more sparkle, more highlight, more stuff to go, whoa! So we're going to the phones on this Memorial Day weekend Sunday to enjoy the Niners wide receiver unit that will be tough. Oh, they're going to be tough. For newbies and some vets to gain a spot on while making player predictions over some barbecue and beer. Boom. You'll find the phone and PIN number right down at the base of the screen. All the info you need to get on that phone. And let's talk about the 49ers wide receivers. Also in this description, everything you need. All right, you got that. Family, biggest offseason question has, per usual, to be the Niners' return to glory has been about another damn contract. Brandon Aiyuk, right? Just as the past few seasons when the team had other star players looking for new deals, it's not going to change. They're never going to stop this. Rumors have been outrageous regarding Aiyuk's future with the Niners. We've heard them. Will the Niners extend him? Will they trade him? We all want to know, right? Some of us may still be nervous about losing Aiyuk. I'm not. But that may be due to example for some folks love to bring up the involving of involvement of Defoe and Eric Armstead. And a lot of people still think that's going to possibly happen. It's too late for that, okay? The time to do that is gone. So you're not going to go tell Deebo you got to go now. And you're not going to let Aiyuk leave because you've already wasted too much time. So this is just a game they're playing. They're going to go back and forth. It's a possibility. I know. I don't know. It's a remote possibility. But I would bet big against anything like the Defoe Eric Armstead situation going on as we were pushing for before this. Just right after the All-Star break, get rid of Deebo! Get rid of Deebo! Okay, no, we're not getting rid of Deebo. I'm sorry, man. Next season, the Niners will do this with who? Next season, the 49ers will run the same thing with their top star. Maybe not with Brock, though. No, they will. No, they can't. You know what? The 49ers need to actually get Brock signed up as the season ends. We don't have time for the quarterback to be missing. He has to be out there for OTAs and everything else. This, fam, will be the first offseason we've had that the 49ers do not ass around. Do they not drag ass? They'll get it done. I predict maybe even before the season's over somehow. No. They'll want them to focus. March, that's done. It's done. Definitely before the draft day. All right? Mark me down as in that camp right now. But they'll get a deal worked out for Aiyuk. It won't be until late July. At the earliest, as you know, this is what they do. So enough of that anxiety-driving situation with Aiyuk. I don't want to talk about it anyway. I want to talk about the other wide receivers and the rest of the receiver room. And where's Jauan Jennings? Fam, I saw a clip of Jauan the other day. I don't know if they speeded up the clip or what, but Jauan was working out. Oh, he looked good. Dude was, you know, Jauan was one of the players missing from OTAs. And the stupid question, is he holding out? People ask, is he holding out? No, he's not holding out. He still hasn't signed his tender as a restricted free agent. But he has to do that before he can step on the field with the 49ers. They've expressed an interest in keeping Jennings beyond 2024. But how committed are they to doing so? Fam, here's the thing. You look at the numbers. And actually, they're going to, in certain circles that have to get these decisions made, they do look at just the numbers. In this past season, Jennings only had 19 catches for 265 yards in the regular season. That does not impress anybody that doesn't know any better. Are they thinking maybe that isn't economical? But probably. And if they're thinking, is that shallow, could the FO see those numbers as easy to replace? See, they just don't know. You gotta have more than numbers. Football minds will notice that JJ does what he does in the run game as a blocker, that he makes him way more valuable than his salary reflects. Way more. Add to that his clutch ability to come up with big catches and big moments of big games, and he's a player the 49ers would love to keep, but at what price? We lost Kendrick Bourne. Although, remember I was saying it because I was a huge Kendrick Bourne fan, but I was, ooh. But now that I look at both of them, Kendrick Bourne versus Jauan Jennings, JJ has stolen that part of my heart. Kendrick, man, I still love you, man. But you know what? JJ is just a little bit more. He's just a little bit more. Jennings only had 19 regular season grabs, but he had 10. He doubled almost half his output for the entire season. JJ put it on in the postseason. Bam! Some of the catches he made to save us in those games, you got to sign this guy. Third and Jauan just comes up big when his team needs him the most. But it's worth what Jennings may be wanting. See, because he's worth way more than 49ers are going to want to maybe even be possible to pay him. You know, people saying things like, get rid of Deebo and keep Jauan. I wasn't saying nothing. I'm still not saying nothing, but I ain't going to get in that argument. I'm torn. Can the Niners find another wide receiver who could give them that kind of production? Enter Ricky Pearsall. Ricky's dimensions don't really add up to the same as Jauan's, though. Before we see a game one, can he be an impact player, though? Yeah, probably. Is there a positive to Jennings and Aiyuk missing OTAs? It's that first-round pick. Ricky Pearsall's getting a whole lot of reps. But it's not all positive, according to Niners receivers coach Leonard Hankerson. Hankerson told reporters, quote, "It's good for Ricky because he's getting a ton of reps. But it's also bad for us because that's two guys who know how we do things around here, and he's not able to see those guys do that type of thing. That's added reps for another chance to learn that he's not going to get for now." Ricky P hopes to make the most of his opportunities. The Niners, of course, hope the same. So far, so good is most of what you're hearing out of camp observers about Ricky Pearsall. He appears to be starting out well, making some nice catches and running some tight routes in OTAs. Matt Barrows of the Atlantic, quote, "Pearsall had an impressive session that included a pair of catches against Ambry Thomas." Okay, listen, keep Ambry Thomas, remember that name. One of them, Pearsall went to the ground to dig out a pass in traffic. On another, he created plenty of space against Thomas. On the cornerback route, both passes were thrown by Brock Purdy, unquote. See that, fam, I don't know if that says more about Ambry Thomas or Ricky Pearsall. You know? I need to see, because from what I heard about Rocky Seed, Rock wasn't putting up with any Ricky stuff. I see it's worrisome, isn't it? And Ambry's probably not going to be here next year. B. Purdy also had some good things to say about his brand new shiny weapon, though. Brock said he's done a good job. He's come in. He's obviously learned the playbook. He's coming to work every day. We always like young guys that come in and they're willing to do the dirty work to learn to start from the ground up. And he's done all of that in a bag of chips. He didn't put the bag of chips in there. He's done everything right, unquote. Now, we've heard this before. I just want to repeat that to refresh your memory on that. And the question is, can he make an impact on the team as a rookie? And how about beyond 2024? Fam, I just wish we could just sign Jauan Jennings and be done with this, man. I want Jauan Jennings to be on this team for an indefinite period of time. Niners will need him over Ricky, of course. The Niners will need him even more after next season because you figure there's going to be an exodus next year of guys leaving, particularly if the 49ers get to the Super Bowl. Now you're going to have a number of guys that if they are unrestricted free agents, man, people will be throwing money at them like it's going out of style. Also missing was Jacob Cowings. Now, he's a rookie that just got picked up. Absent from drills, although Sterling Bennett of 49ers Access says Cowing was watching practice from the sideline. Why? Nobody has yet mentioned why he wasn't practicing. How come? Now, this is how rumors get started, right? Now, you can already assume, what, is he injured? He can't be in Kyle Shanahan's doghouse already. He hasn't been out there long enough. We haven't started anything. We haven't done anything yet. Why would a rookie that is going to have to fight tooth and nail just to make this team? He wasn't even the first-round pick, standing on the sidelines. Why? That's strange, isn't it? Brock likes him already, though. BP has been quoted saying that this about Cowing. He's quick, he's twitchy. I'm impressed with just the way he's acted and interacted with guys. Very smart, very respectful, and a guy that I could tell he's going to get after it in terms of knowing what his job is. And as a quarterback, I feel you're always looking for a guy that you can trust. So, yeah, I've seen that so far from him. I'm excited to see what he can do just in terms of taking off the top and running downfield and everything once we get to it. So I'm really excited to have him. Okay. I'm sold. Offensive passing game specialist Clay Kubiak had some good things to say about Cowing as well. Greg Cosell loves Cowing. He believes the 49ers grabbed the steal. In 2023, 5'8". I mean, the guy is tiny, 163 pounds in all. Cowing had 6 receptions on passes of 20 more air yards on a team where the deep ball wasn't even a feature. His tape shows a lot of speed potential, and in today's NFL, teams are less concerned with smaller receivers, given the use of motion and multiple deployments to keep them open, and away from bigger, more aggressive defenders. Teams aren't really, they're not all that worried about that. This is why, when I heard that, I hadn't thought about that. So I'm getting over the fact that Buffalo allowed Wright to make it to Kansas City. Okay, that's another subject for some other time. Shanahan said of Cowing, very similar to what we got with Ricky Pearsall, this is regarding Cowing, and that there's not a route that he can't run. He starts outside the numbers. He gets the speed to get on top of people and threaten with a go. He's got the quickness inside. He's a big problem with just how shifty he is. He can run screens and things like that. Very good punt returner for his lack of size. He makes up with his mentality, his mindset. When he does cut, he's always accelerating out of a cut. He's trying to violently go through people. And when you're smaller, you hope they're faster and quicker, which he is. And is anything that you want to knock on a smaller guy, he makes up for with his mindset, unquote. Every word I was looking through that article, Tyler Lockett, fam, remember how, and we'll never forget this, Tyler Lockett and Russell Wilson. Up until, not always. He used to, before, whenever the Shark wasn't out there, Tyler Lockett was doing a number on the 49ers. That's strange because that's true. Kyle brought him over here. He got injured a lot. The Shark was out all the time. But when Shark was out, the cat was away. Man, I'm trying to think of anyway, Lockett. That's all I can say. I want a Tyler Lockett to take back to Kansas City and have them suffer the same pain. Fam, speaking of speed, though, Will Danny Gray make the team? You see, Danny Gray is fast. But I just mentioned the guy that's fast, Cowing. And he runs routes. I don't know if Danny may have improved on that. But that's about all he's shown in his last 2 seasons with the Niners. Yes, he was injured the 2023 season and missed the entire campaign. This in itself is a problem. But with all the new wide receivers the team has brought in, you have to wonder if Gray will make the final roster. He has only 1 catch for 10 yards in the NFL in his career, going into year 3. Is this year 3? Is it more? Dude needs a strong offseason, fam. Training camp and preseason. And it sounds like he may be off to a good start. Even Greg Cohn was saying nice things about Mrs. Gray's baby boy. What? And wrote, quote, caught 3 passes and dropped 0, which is big for him because he was a drop waiting to happen the past 2 off seasons. Today, he caught the ball confidently with his hands away from his frame. Whew. He wasn't doing that last year. He was doing all body catches. Of course, the ball hits you in the chest too hard at that velocity, bounces off your chest into the dirt. Danny, you've been working then, man. I'm okay. If he continues to play like he did in this practice, he'll make the team. See, there it is right there. So that's the question I got you tonight, fam. Pick out your 6. Coach Hackers has said, quote, Danny has been doing a hell of a job for us since April 15th, being back here, busting his tail. What I'd like for Danny is to just be consistent doing it. I never question his work ethic at all. It's just a matter of can he sustain it. And thus far, he has been doing a hell of a job. I'm impressed with where he's at. I'm impressed by his mindset. Now he's been out there competing, and I think he has gotten better. He has been doing everything I have been asking him to do, unquote. See, I really... You gotta root for Danny. He's the underdog. He really is. Danny, don't get hurt. For the love of God, try to avoid injury. Hell, you may have been this good anyway. If Gray can figure things out, though, fam, he could be that downfield threat the Niners' offense has been lacking. If he can't figure it out, I don't want to finish that sentence, but listen, fam. Cowing versus Danny, how you gonna do? How you gonna do? I can't do. In fact, I'm looking for you to come up with a 6-man rotation. I can't do it. I'm not. Anyway, Deebo Samuel will be a Niner receiver for 2023. Too early to ask this question. For now, he's one of the 49ers' top playmakers for 2024. What happens after 2024 is going to be anyone's guess. Samuel showed up for OTAs, which is a good sign, and by all accounts, when he does that, you can tell Deebo's not. He didn't do that last year. Deebo's he's looking either to stay with the 49ers or get another team. But he knows he's got to put himself on display out there, and he's got to put on an audition he's got to sell his goods. He looked good physically, which is an even better sign. When Samuel shows up in good shape and is focused, that typically means he's going to punish defensive players all season long. According to Barrows, quote, Samuel snagged several passes during Tuesday's session. He made one toe tap grab at slide line in front of a new cornerback. Isaac Yiadom, not Ambry Thomas. Yiadom's going to start, fam. I got a feeling he starts. He had another against Rocky Sane, who was a frequent opponent during Senior Bowl practices in 2019, when they were perhaps the top 2 players on the field, unquote. See, Deebo's motivated by the cash and all them cars he could put in his garage. You know what I'm saying? And chains around his neck. And you know, not one of them cost less than $500,000. So his style of play doesn't intend to lend itself to making it through an entire season. And Samuel's important to what the 49ers do on offense. He is now because he's an established part of the punishment that the 49ers offense can put on other teams. So the Niners need their wide back to be available as often as possible next year. What should I say in the upcoming season? What happens beyond 2024 will be discussed plenty after the season, more than I even want to think about. You know what, fam? This next offseason, I may take a bow out. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be ugly. It's going to get bad. I mean, they got to sign Brock, and then they're going to be looking at other players. They're going to think I'm sorry, y'all ain't got no money. I ain't got no time. You know, we can work it out. We'll work out a deal, all right? But for now, the Niners, look to wide receiver room to help get them over the hump. And finally, fam, win that Super Bowl that Fred Warner and everybody else is saying things like, it's not if we're going to win the Super Bowl, it's about when. I love you. Fred, I'm loving to talk dirty like that, Matt. I really do. Fam, as I said, pick out 6. Okay, you know what? Just in case, you pick out 7. What could go to the practice squad? Well, I'll be damned if I can pick out 6. I don't know who we're getting rid of. I do know Deebo, Jauan, and Aiyuk, of course, are going to be there. Ricky Pearsall, first round pick. Oh, yeah, that's 4. You got 2 spots? You got 2 spots. That's it. Really? Who's that going to be? I have no idea. They're saying good things about Danny Gray. Kyle might like him. Kyle's not going to like him better than Cowing. Okay, listen, I'll leave that to you. And now we go out to Tennessee. Papa Dragon. Pop! Pop, give me some. Oh, Pop, man, I'm going to get him. I'm telling you, man, I'm telling the wide receiver room. I'm looking at this offense. I'm thinking, my God. Give me some rhetoric, fam.
Hey, you know what? There's a lot to be excited about.
Pop, you're distance. You're the distance. Pop, where are you? You're not broadcasting from the same place. Your voice sounds small.
I'm in the same spot.
Are you okay?
I don't know why. It's on you. Is it better?
Okay, maybe you need to eat more vegetables and roughage. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, don't even try that. All right, so I firmly am definitely pretty excited about the weapons, but there are no weapons, Ronbo, without a complete system around it.
Oh, yes.
Now, one of the main reasons why the 49ers got to 2 Super Bowls, and just like it's also one of the main reasons why they lost the Super Bowls. They got there by running. They lost them by not running. They had the best running back in the playoffs both times. And in certain parts of the game, they got away from the run, right? So I get what you're saying about being excited. I totally get that. But remember, there is Mostert, okay, and then there's CMC, right? Yeah. And CMC is really special because he can also
Detroit versus everybody.
So in any particular case, as you move forward with this particular team, the main thing really is going to be blocking people up on that right side or changing your scheme to accommodate. And this is how I believe they could do it, okay? First and foremost, Deebo is untradeable. You're going to take a really big cap hit if you let Deebo go, so he's untradeable. But Deebo has the same dimensions, the same size as a former H-back who was very difficult to cover by linebackers and safeties, and that was Delaney Walker, right? So I truly believe that Deebo is misplaced as a wide receiver. I really think he needs to be kind of in the H-back role, flat, coming out of the backfield role. I also believe that you can continue to detach who I think is probably the best receiver on the team, and that's Kittle. Kittle is extremely underutilized. Okay, number 1 receiver in the playoffs last year was Kelsey. He was the number 1 guy. Okay, so you got Kittle, you got Deebo. Let these guys work underneath and on the inside. Let them bounce out every once in a while, right? And that's where I think I'm a little bit excited about Pearsall, which is why I said when he was drafted, he could play. I know he can play. He can seriously play. So if you get 2 guys on the outside who can run routes, who are going to be where they're supposed to be consistently, okay, that is going to augment Purdy's game quite a bit, okay? But it still comes down to controlling the middle of the field and blocking them up because we don't want our quarterback dirty, right? Now, I'm not overly pessimistic about it because of what Brock Purdy did last year. He did quite a bit with not very much around him. He elevated the play of the offensive line, and that's a credit to him. It really is a credit to him. Not many quarterbacks can do that in the NFL. But the 49ers can't take that for granted. They got to put the best 5 out there, They gotta put the best receivers that can run routes at receiver, and you got to call it what it is, man. Deebo, he had that great year. You know, he was running the ball and everything else. We don't need him run the ball anymore because you got CMC. Yeah. CMC don't like to come off the field, right? So you got the running thing covered, but Deebo is a threat. Now he is a dangerous weapon.
Just being on.
But imagine, yeah, exactly. But imagine if Deebo. Imagine if his professionalism was top tier, right? He's got top 5, top 10 talent.
I know.
But when it comes to like professionalism, he's got to be at the bottom of the league somewhere.
Yeah, he's got the maturity issues when it comes to certain things. I agree.
But ultimately, I think I would put Deebo in more of a kind of like a wild card kind of a position or kind of an H-back. I put him all over the place, but keep him on the inside. You don't want Deebo matched up against defensive backs because if he comes against a top tier one or like a top 10 one,
they're going to stop him.
They'll shut him down. Exactly. But if you put him against a linebacker or you force him to move a safety or then now you force the defense to put a cornerback on him in the slot, now you create opportunities in the run game. You create opportunities in play action pass. So there's things that they can do. But Shanahan's got to get beyond his scheme, and he's got to be able to draw stuff up in the mud. You see what I'm saying? And that's where Shanahan.
Fam, he needs to modify some things so they're not so easily anticipated. If I'm a DC, I've seen Shanahan do what he does a million times. There's telltale signs even when they line up on the field. You notice that the last couple of years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. No, absolutely. The last couple of years has been, like this 3 wide receiver set. Kittle's typically attached. Yeah. On third down, that's what you got. You got Jennings in the slot. Now, Jennings is another guy who I love to death. I love him. I really do love him.
Man, the guy's awesome.
But they got so many miles of feed that he barely gets rid of the ball. I'm sorry. If they did lose the 10 first downs, okay, maybe George Kittle gets those 10 first downs. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You take that money and you put it someplace else. And that's what I'm saying. If you take his salary and you take Juice's salary, okay, now you go get your offensive lineman.
See, that's intelligent thinking. That's thinking not coming. I mean, I think too much from the heart. But what you're saying is absolutely rational. I just,
it is. Straight up.
Want it, but
it's not. It's like you can't think with your heart. You can't. You gotta be very schematic and figure out what you're going to do. Like Juice made almost zero difference in the playoffs last year. Okay, I'm sorry, he did. Whether he was on the field or not, he didn't make that much of a difference. And then you go look at Jennings, and he could have been the MVP of the Super Bowl
easily.
Right?
I before we made that faux pas at the end of the game, I already had him voted MVP. Yeah.
Exactly. But then what do? You go out and you draft 2 wide receivers, right? So now you got 2 wide receivers coming in. Jennings hasn't signed his tender. Now it becomes a decision based on business.
See, and you know
what I'm saying? Because
and we got to go, but you know what? Just to round out what you just said, that's why they went after more receivers. They know they're not going to sign Jauan next year, and Deebo is questionable as well. Okay.
Yep. But it depends. I think they can be very valuable if you utilize them right. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. But I don't know if Deebo has the professionalism to say, okay, I'm going to play a H-back hybrid role. I'm going to block.
Not going to happen.
I'm going to run hard in the middle. I don't know if he's got that.
No,
you see what I'm saying?
It's not sexy enough for Deebo.
But he's got the talent.
He likes giving you his business card. It says wide receiver, 49ers, Deebo Samuel. He's got to like that.
He's no wideout. You watch his film, that's not a wide receiver running around. That's a running back.
We've all known this for a long time, too. Fam, awesome stuff. We got to go. I'll see you midweek. Yeah.
Okay.
Early as possible in the week, too, because things are picking up. Always good stuff.
Yeah.
Pop. All right, Pop. Night, fam.
All right.
Best of the family.
Good night, man.
Night. Yeah. Do you struggle like I do with things that are absolutely true about the 49ers? Because of, like Big Show says, you cannot get attached to these players. It's about I can't fight it. It gets Aaron. Damn, I forgot to ask Pop for his
What's
six.
up, Ronbo?
Aaron, we're looking at that wide receiver room. There's glamour. There's diamonds shining. There's guys that are marginal. There's guys we don't know enough about yet. You know, I'm thinking that offense is going to be as potent as ever. But like Pop just said, they've got to come in and segue smoothly into the program in order to be able to contribute. Can they do it? Who can do it? Of course, the veterans can. But who's going to cut the mustard? You got four guys that are clearly going to make that team. You got, okay, give them three spots. Aaron. Aaron? Did we lose him?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm here.
Aaron, go ahead. Your thoughts on the wide receiver room, things that you've heard about our guys, and you got any particular thing to say about any particular offensive weapon? And pick out your 6 or 7 guys that are going to be here when the dust settles.
Yeah, so in my opinion, I think Jacob Collins gonna, I think he's gonna make an impact because he's more like, what's the word I'm looking?
The downfield threat.
He's more like
speedy guy.
Yeah, like he's more like he's like, what's the opposite of raw?
The opposite of raw? Polished.
Yeah, like he's more like a polished wide receiver because I think he played like 4 years of college football. So
hey, good point. Guys that stay in school a little longer grasp and learn more skills that they'll need in the NFL. That's probably going to become a trend at some point. But yeah, go ahead. That's a good point.
Yeah, and he's quick. He can run good routes. He can even take the top of the defense that we're missing since Marquise Goodwin. Yeah, so
you go back to that year. That's the year when George Kittle set the league on fire, and people put him ahead of Travis Kelce, and that was the reason why. And I knew it. I said, we don't have anybody stretch out that field. You clear out that middle for George Kittle and Deebo to work, it's going to be crazy. So,
yeah, and that's what we're missing. And I thought we had it with Danny Gray, but unfortunately,
Danny's looking better. See, okay, if you had to make a choice, and you can't be prejudiced because Danny Gray's been with us, he's been hurt, but now it's Cowing versus Danny. Do you want the brand new guy because you've seen enough of Danny? Or in this case, we haven't seen enough of Danny, but whose fault is that? Or do you want that fresh guy that you just don't know if he's going to be good or not, but you already have an opinion about Danny Gray? Well, that's why I get stuck right there. I'm going along. I got these guys all picked out. I know I want, and Danny Gray, Cowing, also Conley.
I say Danny Gray's name and the world goes crazy.
Hold it, Jack. Just hold on. But go ahead, Aaron.
Well, yeah, I think, like for Colin, he might be small, but he's willing to block. He's tough, and he doesn't mind, like, getting hit.
Yeah, I need to watch more of his college tape. He really is tough, huh? Because he hasn't got enough size to be tough. You know what? NFL's got some really mean dudes. I worry about guys his size. I worry about wide receivers of any size. First-year wide receivers, they drop like flies, usually in their first season. They're out most of the time. Big Show and I were discussing years ago, there's no way in the world I'd draft a wide receiver in the first round. He's not going to be here for us until year 2 or 3. Danny Gray, an example of that, Some of the best receivers in the league had that problem.
But yeah. So it's it's going to be very interesting to see what the wide receivers do in training camp.
Oh God, yes. Phew. Oh, and we're going to get to see the other quarter, Josh Dobbs, Brock Purdy. I'm hearing that we have the other guy we got from the Bengals, but Mordecai is we'll see.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think he was yeah, but yeah. So yeah, and also for Ricky Pearsall, I think he may not get like a whole lot of production because of the wide receiver room, but I think he'll get at least maybe 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, you got him for 3. Well, you know what? You know what I forgot about? Ronnie Bell. He's in the mix.
Wow. I forgot about Ronnie Bell.
Nobody talks about him anymore. I mean, in the OTAs or anything, nobody said a word about him yet. Not a word.
I mean, I just don't want Ronnie Bell at punt returner.
None of us do.
I just don't.
Yeah.
So,
does Ronnie end up on the practice squad? I don't think they're going to cut him.
No, I don't think we're going to cut him because if he goes to the Seahawks, then like I'm going to say to myself, what the hell, Kyle?
Man, it's so nice to be blessed with the best wide receiver room the 49ers have had since Shanahan and Lynch arrived. But it does have its problems as far as too many options.
Yeah.
Wow. Bell.
So, but
cowering.
I think Ricky Pearsall could be in play at punt returner because I think he did some punt return in college. So.
Yeah, I understand he is good at that. Ray's gone, so now he's got a job no matter what. So.
Yeah.
Oh. Aaron, real quick, give me your 6 because we're going to run out of time here.
Okay. So we know it's B.A., Deebo, Jennings, Collins, Pearsall.
No. Wait, did you say Conley instead of?
No. Okay, so
Deebo,
Aiyuk. Deebo, Aiyuk, Jennings, Collins.
Oh, you let Pearsall. Pearsall is a first-round pick. He will have priority. He's 4. There's no way they're gonna get rid of the first-round pick. Go ahead.
Then 5 is Collins. Jacob Collins, yeah. And number 6, I'm gonna say Ronnie Bell.
Since I reminded you about him, like we all forgot him. You could be right too. That's why nothing's been said about him. All right, Aaron, you go down on the record for that one. We'll go and I'll see you midweek, okay? Thanks for getting in there, Aaron.
All right,
appreciate you.
Have a good night.
You too, Aaron. I can't wait until the cut down day. That's gonna be crazy. Matty S. up in Bend, Oregon.
Buddy.
Matty.
Buddy.
Hey, this
what's happening, man?
Oh, this wide receiver room. You know, it's the cornerback room is now it's gotten to the point it's between the cornerback room and the offensive line that is considered the only potential weaknesses. And it's cornerbacks? What? But then you look at the wide receivers, that's just a gold mine. Just a friggin' gold mine. Man.
It's a good problem to have.
It isn't, though. We haven't had this problem the whole time.
Beautiful thing.
Well, look at some of the variables with some of these guys.
But,
go ahead.
I tell you, when but we're gonna have to get rid of people. The old cheat hawks. They'll be up there trying to suck themselves up some
maybe not, but Pete Carroll's
49er
gone. So I don't know
runoff.
as long as Pete's gone, it might be a little different. They might go and get their own people and leave us alone. I don't. Maybe
I'm
you're
curious
right.
to see how that works. This is our first year without Pete in a while, so I'm kind of might be a good year.
Hey, but Matty, Pete was picking up 49ers for intel as well. If I think we all knew
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. He figured out a good way to use them though too, because they weren't just
He did.
They weren't just trash players. They were just
bang bang Lions gang.
Oh geez, those trash.
Go ahead, Matty.
I gotta hear it from my best friend too, my buddy Gary. He's a Lions fan, so
Oh, God.
I hear that crap
you know
all the
what?
time.
You gotta sympathize with them. They've been around you talk about Skid Row and man,
Well, and you've been the special needs kids for like decades. You just when you finally get a tour bus from the short bus to the tour bus, you just don't know how to absorb it all at one time.
With no chance every year. That's bad. But
The poor Lions. And then I keep seeing all these memes online, and it's just all this trash about how good Dak Prescott is. And I'm like, man, who's writing this shit?
I've not noticed anything good being said about Dak Prescott. Well, you know what? Dak's always
seems to hit my feed.
People said nice things about him. I've never. Jack is okay as long as you're not playing a club that's over 500. And in the playoffs, it's over 500. So that's why he struggles all season long.
They like to beat up little kids for the money.
Yeah, right. Out there playing hard. Yeah, have you seen these kind of guys too on certain playgrounds and stuff? They're out there playing basketball. He's like 6 foot. All the kids are like fourth and fifth graders, and he's out there playing as hard as he can.
Oh yeah,
skying over kids for rebounds. and if you got time, you got your buddies with you. Hey, can we get in this game? Damn, man.
What's silly is I just don't even understand what goes on over there, because it's like on paper, and you look at them from the outside, you'd think they maybe should be all right. But they just can't.
You know, with the Cowboys, yeah. No, the roster's not. As
yeah,
bad
Cowgirls.
They're not. I don't know. But
you can't seem to put it together.
Matty, as I say, that problem we have though. The thing is, we know Deebo's not going anywhere. Aiyuk's going to eventually be signed. Nope. Unfortunately, it's going to be eventually instead of right now. Jauan Jennings, he's just got to sign his tender as soon as he gets to fielding all the offers he can get to see if anybody wants to give more money to the 49ers and give the 49ers a second-round pick. Well, he'll be right on back in camp, and he will be out there to showcase his skills in order to be able to get paid next year. Okay, so those three are going to make the team. Ricky Pearsall obviously is going to make the team. You don't waste a first-round pick to cut him in camp.
Yep, that's for sure.
And from there on, though, it gets interesting, doesn't it? What in the world are you going to do?
Yeah, I like Ronnie Bell.
I do, too. He had some suspect moments, but he was a rookie. He may have improved. He should have improved. He better improve.
Yeah, man, that's a big stage to come out on right away, Just get your feet under you. He might.
Yeah,
he might just.
Nerves might have been the case last year.
You never know. I mean,
I just don't want him in punt return.
Kind of a.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I didn't even mention Trent Taylor. Trent Taylor's one of the best return men you're going to find.
I forgot about Trent.
Yeah. Matty, it's gotten to that point. We've got so much talent now that we can apply that is actually applicable that I forget names. I just remembered Ronnie. I just remembered Trent. Those are two guys that I wasn't even thinking were in the mix. You got Cowie.
Yeah.
The 49ers don't like to cut their people when they draft them.
No, not at all. No, because you've already made the investment.
I know.
No, I don't blame them. You got to see, you got to give them a little time to see if it works out.
Who makes this team?
I
like Chris Conley. Not Chris Conley. Is it Chris? No, that's a basketball player. What's Conley's first name? The Conley we got. But he's a veteran, and they won't mind letting him go. Conley's out.
Good point. Yeah.
He's out.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see Trent Taylor getting signed and being here when the dust settles
Because he's really
a
reliable.
little bit. Yeah,
Put him
he
on the
is.
practice squad and elevate him. I mean, I don't know how many times you can elevate a guy off the practice squad before you have to put him on the regular squad. Because
I don't know. It seems like we're always chasing the different rules every year.
know,
It
right?
seems like something changes every year. You
and
can't even
altering
figure
them,
it out.
Because they went and got Taylor because they're sick and tired of special teams incidents. We have them too often. And when Trent was with us, we weren't having all those. He was like a machine back there.
Yeah, we did. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to. How long has he been gone?
At least 3 seasons. At least.
I was about to say, that's what I was thinking. About 3 years. Where'd he go?
He was with the Bengals. It seems like he was at one other club, too. The Bengals kept him the longest.
Okay. Well,
So I don't know.
he's a solid dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we got a pretty good. I'm excited for football, man. I've been watching some 49er highlights to keep my juices flowing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got it plenty, don't they? You can watch those highlights for like
Yeah.
2 or 3 hours easily.
Oh yeah, there's pages of them, man. Brock just killing people.
And my favorite of the year is still that one with the Seahawks. I mean,
Oh man,
that shot
I watched
was
that today.
put in only place it could be put. Aiyuk's got those receivers out there running in circles, running into each other like the Three Stooges. And then he cuts between them with
beautiful.
a gap that Brock laid the ball right in the right place, picks it off, rolls into the end zone for a touchdown. I'm trying to compare a play like that I've seen before ever. That was amazing.
Now we keep rewriting the script, man. you always see something cool coming out of this camp.
Yeah, wait till next year. I got a feeling it's going to get crazy.
Yeah.
Well, Matty,
Oh yeah, I'm excited, buddy.
I'm going to see you midweek. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
You know what?
All right.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I gotta get it off anyways, man. I gotta get ready for. I got a little coast trip to go on, so
All right.
I get over to the coast.
Sounds
couple
like
days.
should be fun. All right.
It'd be
It's
nice,
Matty.
brother.
Matty out there in his
All right,
big
buddy.
SUV. All right, buddy. Talk to you
All
midweek.
right, buddy.
All right.
Have a good night, buddy.
You too. All right, Matty. And we roll over here. Yo, E.
Ronbo, what's good with you?
Rob D. Kyle 8 special teams. Hey, man, I'm looking at our tremendous problem. We got too much talent. You got to be careful not to get rid of the wrong one, E. You can't keep 9 dudes in that receiver room, but you could, because they're all. I'm looking at the 4 guys that obviously are going to make the team. I'm looking at 3 other guys that are damn good football players, but I don't know. You got to worry about next year. So, Deebo might be heading out to more greener pastures. Jauan Jennings. Jauan Jennings is too good to be paid less than $10 million.
Yeah, I think it's Jauan.
Yeah.
He's going to get traded next year probably.
Well, if you want to get anything for him, you trade him now because you cannot trade him next year. He's an unrestricted free agent starting next season.
Starting next year, he's an unrestricted free agent.
I'm pretty sure he's had 2 years already.
So he's going to go, So
he's already
gonna
had 2 years unrestricted. Yep.
He's going to get greener pastures up, please.
And watch the Kansas City Chiefs pick him up just to make me mad as hell. I don't even worry about the Hawks anymore. I don't care who you send over there. As long as Geno's the quarterback, I'm not scared.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And it's bad that I think the same thing, though. Because they had 2 good draft picks, draft years. So it seemed like their team getting better, but somehow Geno just gets his jaw broke.
I know. Or laying. Remember that before we played him that game, Geno's laying on the table getting treatment. They're trying to get his arms and his legs to work together at the same time. I said, why are you showing this clip? I don't care. That's your problem, Hawks. Either get up or put a substitute in. But I'm not going to feel sorry for you, boy. And for an excuse, if that's what that's for, it ain't going to work. Beating our ass for how many years? You put him out there.
Pretty much.
So,
I don't know what we're gonna do this year.
Well,
I'm hoping. I don't know how to say it. Hoping, like, Cal, learns from his mistakes and we do better. But I was kind of thinking that we went against that defensive coordinator, and he was only giving up 14, 17 points.
yeah, he wasn't. Trash is the overrated. I mean, that's too much. He was not trash. It's just something with the players that they didn't appreciate what he was doing. Yeah, I agree.
So now the next defensive coordinator got to do better than that, and we're hoping that happens.
Or Kyle's gonna get some tremendous blowback. Kyle, you made Wilkes leave. You take Sorensen in, and now you guys are giving up 17.5 points a game. Now you tell us what's wrong with this picture. Well, Kyle, let me do Kyle Shanahan. Well, if I had to do it again, there's other things that those who weren't close to the camp don't understand. Yeah, Kyle, go ahead, man. Kyle. But anyway, it better work. You're right. I agree. Ooh, I agree.
I'm just happy. Like, I think the 2 wide receivers and maybe one of the running backs might do something, but like I said, we got to work on this depth chart. We got a depth chart, but are we going to use it? Like, all right, I didn't really want him to use the other running backs in the Super Bowl, say that part.
Yeah.
But I want to use it through the season for Christian McCaffrey be better, healthy in that Super Bowl game.
And keep him stronger throughout the season. Exactly.
Correct. And I do think you got to use a right and a left punch.
Yes.
You hit your thunder and your lightning. Don't just keep hitting them with the 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Yes.
Go with the 1, 2, 3.
Yes. And I can't believe he doesn't see it that way. Christian hates it. I don't know what Christian's saying. Christian is hard to get him to sit down, though.
Yes. When you come from a losing team and you got a winning squad and I'm good. I didn't ask you a question. I told you this is what's going. You know what I'm trying to say? This is what's going down because I got different plays in the future. Like, you supposed to set up the plays in the first quarter that you're using in the fourth quarter, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
Set it up. Like, if you run that ball on the first quarter with Mason straight up the gut, you do the same play on the fourth quarter, but you don't. You do play action now. So now you're like, oh, wow, Mason was going to get the ball because he's in the game. But nope, boom. Throw it to Aiyuk or whatever, Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
You got to play
confusion,
a better mind game.
Yeah, don't let them anticipate what you're going to do. And they could last year. But McCaffrey was so good that whether you knew what we were doing or not, the question is, can you do anything about it? And 90% of the time, no. So Kyle's loving it. But we're not. Because we know you're going to wear him out, Kyle. He ain't going to be worth a damn come Super Bowl time.
And that's what we need. And like I said, I don't want to say, all right, real talk, I don't want to say he's going to wear him out because, like I said, Chris McCaffrey is an athlete.
He's tough.
He's going to want to be on the field, but it's the 1, 2, 3 punch. You can't just keep the 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I don't give a fuck how fast you throw it. You just can't do that because somebody's going to keep saying, all right, he ain't throwing nothing else but that punch, and he's going to overhang you. You got use all your weapons, not just one. Use all the bullets.
Yeah. And, that's why that Browns coach has Kyle's number. Somehow he's penetrated Shanahan's mind in a way that he can anticipate Shanahan's movements before he even does them. They did a number on us that last year. They weren't scoring a lot of points, but they didn't need to. How many teams you say to beat the 49ers, you don't need to score many points? When's the last time we lost a game? Baltimore did it pretty good, but when was the last time we lost a game 17-13 or something like that? When's the last time that happened? I can't even remember.
One time, Ollie. This year. Last year, I think one time we was under 17, I think.
Was that the Ravens that held us down like
something
that?
Like the Ravens with the 4 interceptions or the 3 interceptions or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe. Don't get me wrong. I just know this year, I don't know.
Before we go,
the 49ers, so
we're going to run out of time, but give really quickly, if you can give me your 6, 7 wide receivers.
Shit, I don't. All of them.
It's hard, isn't it?
Aiyuk, yeah, Deebo, Aiyuk, Pearsall. Well, Jennings, Pearsall, and I have no idea after that.
You know what?
I don't think Conley gonna make it.
Who? Conley? I don't think so either.
Whatever.
I wish, though. He guy's a good football player. Midway through camp, let's revisit this subject. Boy, it's going to be hell out there. Oh, my God. That's the war right there. Not running backs, wide receivers.
Great. And then to help out the corners then. I want to see my boy Bell do good.
I do, too. And poor Danny. I feel sorry for him. Let's see if we can stop feeling sorry for him. And can he get to work?
Yeah. Somebody said it's going to be his year this year. Somebody said it's about to be his time.
Could be. All that speed.
Could be, but I like that. I like Slick Rick. I think Slick Rick gonna do something.
Oh, Pearsall, all that, no doubt about it. He's cocky too. So he's got to get it done. Hey, good to hear from you. I'll let me see you later on this week, coming up week.
Thank you, Ronbo.
Thank you, fam.
Yeah. Niners all day. Let's go, Ronbo. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it.
Happy Memorial Day to you. All right, fam.
Or thank you, sir. Be good.
All right. And there's the missing Casey, who I've not talked to. I can't remember the last time I talked to you.
Ronbo, man, how are you, bud?
It's a holiday weekend. I mean, that couldn't be any better.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I cashed a 3-teamer, and this lady had this red, white, and blue shirt on, and I was like, oh, it must be a holiday. Yeah, it's Memorial Day. So that explains why I've been hearing the fireworks and everything. I just leave my house to go to the cannabis club and back, Ronbo. That's pretty much all I do.
Hey, Casey, did you lay a wager on Minnesota Dallas?
Yeah, I had the Mavericks, and I had them on two tickets tonight. I had one where I moved the line to 9.5, and they won by 9. And then I had them on the money line, but on the money line I had them on a 3-teamer. So it was a nice day.
Yeah.
I miss the NFL, Ronbo. Here we are in May talking about the Super Bowl. I don't know what else to say, but I like the schedule. I like the first half of the schedule.
Well, that good.
The second half. Good. The second half looks brutal, though. But
okay, you know what? Look at the teams they're flashing fear through you. I used to do this I used to tell everybody over here, but the schedule is brutal, man. We're in big trouble. I said, wait a minute, wait. Remember, the 49ers are that big, bad animal walking slowly through the jungle.
Yeah.
They're the ones who need to look the hell out.
The thing is that their big away games in the second half, their big games in the second half are all away games. And then they've got the Lions to finish
the schedule.
So the second half is going to be tough.
You're right. I keep forgetting about the schedule. They made it intentionally brutal. No rest. And, go ahead, 49ers. Y'all supposed to be all that in the bag. Go see if you can deal with this schedule. I believe, Casey, they got guys that don't like the 49ers. They put the schedule together each and every year. I really do. Because some of the things they do are just unethical. They're doing that stuff like that. They did it on purpose.
Well, so, Ronbo, here we are in May, and it's still just Joe Montana behind you, right? Why don't we have Brock Purdy up there yet?
He's coming. I need for him to win a Super Bowl. I say that because if I'm not going to be pulling down and picking up. Jimmy was up there for a while. I've already been told, dude, you should just put a legend up there. I said Jerry Rice is probably the guy you want to put up there.
I was thinking Patrick, man. Put Patrick Willis up there or Frank Gore.
Oh, yeah, he's another legend. Anybody that's retired and left a mark and is in the 49ers Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Yeah. Andy Lee, Jeff Garcia. any of those guys, Ronbo.
Oh, Andy Lee, you're right. What is that other kicker that used to shank the ball off his leg all the time?
Brandon Lloyd? No, he wouldn't make it. But he's a legend.
But he was good. Before OBJ did that, Brandon did it. People don't even remember that. They didn't make a big deal out of that. But OBJ does it.
I grew up with Takeo Spikes and Bright, young Ronbo.
Yeah, tough guys.
Dogs back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, we could put up anyone, Ronbo.
No, there's a lot. And
As long as it's not Kyle Williams.
oh man, oh God, there's another possibility. So that's 4 Super Bowls that we should have been in.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Look at it this way: we didn't get in there and lose.
Well, these last ones against Kansas City, playing against the Zebras, Ronbo. It's
I know that's got to stop.
Well with me for
And,
the rest
and
of my
there's,
life.
the league has got to do something about Bill Vinovich doing our Super Bowls. Stop with him. He's not going to call the game right.
Well, Ronbo, I didn't call you to talk about Bill Vinovich. I came here to talk about the San Francisco 49ers.
Hey, we'll talk about those wide receivers. Casey, we are
they look
so
great, man.
rich in that department this year.
Yeah, they really are. All around on offense right now.
Hey, right? Experience.
I think it's their year, Ronbo. I say this every year, but
no. This year, though, we can be truthful about it, and nobody can look at it and say, "Hey, Mahomes is over in San Francisco. These guys think they got everything." Listen, we got the perfect blend of youth and polished Pro Bowl. I mean, we got them all up and down the lineup now. The 49ers have ran out of excuses. They didn't lose anybody this year.
You just got to stay healthy. Trent Williams and George Kittle getting older.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
The guys, the veterans, some of them have gotten a little long in the tooth. But
we're all getting older, Ronbo. I mean, you can barely do the Niner. You can barely do the Niner intro now, man. We're all getting older.
I know, right? I couldn't. Wait, let me drink some more of this.
Just broke my heart, Rombo.
Oh, it just failed. You know, you go in your car in the morning and you got to hurry up and get to work, and you turn the key and.
You can get over the counter medications for that, Rombo.
I know, right? I've got some of those.
Oh my God.
Rombo. It's like.
I've got some medication. Speaking of here, that I need to tend to.
Yeah, as I say, like I learned from my friends as a child. We used to go to Frank's house, and his mom would already have some menudo. Menudo is the greatest cure. People don't know it. It's a kept secret within the Latin community. Menudo, whatever's ailing you, have a bowl. When you wake up, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm serious. It works.
Sounds delicious, Rombo.
It is. But
well, we'll have to get me on a cooking episode later in the off season.
All right. That would be fun. I love talking food, actually.
I know,
food
man.
And wine combinations. Okay. Before we do, Casey, we got 40 seconds. Give me your 6 guys you got to put on this wide receiver room. I'm wondering if anybody has it all figured out yet.
Well, you got Brandon, Deebo.
Those
you
guys
got Jauan.
Yeah.
You got Ricky right now.
Yeah. That's
one. You got what's his name? Conley.
Well, he'd be my pick, but he's yeah.
And the 6th one, I guess is up for grabs, right?
Really, it's gonna be. Conley's gonna be one of the veterans who are probably gonna lose. They're not gonna keep anybody that's good. They're gonna keep guys they can continue to farm and cultivate. You know what?
I mean, he just looks so clutch late in the year.
The dude is
to show
good.
up late in the year like that is really tough.
He is. I do not want to see him.
Yeah.
Maybe we can keep him on the practice squad.
Yeah, he looked great. But all right, Rombo, I'm gonna let you go. Detroit versus themselves, and I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, looking forward to it, Casey.
I just love that there's some random guy in this world that isn't even a 49er fan and calls into the Ronbo Sports Show.
It just shows us how he wishes so much that he could be on our level. Man hasn't ever won a playoff series, let alone anywhere
49ers are global. Worldwide Ronbo Sports Show.
Casey, I'll see you in the
They're
Mandalorian.
listening to us in Egypt, Ronbo, out in the Congo. They're listening to us on the space station right now, out in Alaska in the Northern Lights.
He's doing the Jalen.
All right, Ronbo, have a good night.
You too. Oh, MG Purdy ain't that guy. Hey, just for conversation's sake, though, who would you rather have as a quarterback right now if you could pick a couple other guys? There are some people who still don't believe Brock Purdy can get it done, which to me is wild. But, is there another quarterback you'd rather have? Hey, Jack. It really can't work. I can't holler. Yo, Jack was here with a minute ago. William Roberts, Aiyuk, Deebo, Jennings, Pearsall, Cowling, Gray. He got rid of Ricky. I mean, not Ricky, but Ronnie B. Trent Taylor, we always wondered about anyway. Hey, Steven. I don't know who Steven's getting rid of. Steven will make room for,
Hey, without a doubt. No, I mean, and the way they're going to probably get rid of him is, trading him. I have a feeling they're going to trade him because cutting him would just hurt us.
Where's B? Yo, what happened, y'all?
Well, we were looking for you a second ago. Jack, are you okay?
He can hop in.
All right, let me get the next call.
He can hop in. He can hop in. Let us do the first time three-way call.
Let's do it, baby. That's what I'm talking. What we talking about, baby? How you feeling? What's going on?
We're
I'm
talking about
telling Ronbo, like, hey, I have a feeling Niners are probably going to get rid of Deebo after June 1st. They're probably going to trade him. Why? Because he's just too much of a liability. When I mean by liability, I mean financial liability. We've got other talent that we need to sign coming into the next season that we got to look forward to. We got to pay Brock. We got to pay CMC. We got to pay Brandon Aiyuk. We got to pay a ton of people. And Deebo just kind of isn't performing, to facilitate that kind of financial space. So that's my take on it. But if we're talking about right now in the wide receiver room, who I would start, obviously, if Deebo's not gone, it's going to be B.A., Deebo, Jennings, and then possibly Pearsall, and then Conley will be on special teams, and then Cowling probably be on special teams.
I'm shocked. Did you listen to the last night's show? Because before the world went crazy, including Grant Cohn, Larry Krueger, after I said this, had a thumbnail of Danny Gray, Guy Huberman. I mean, I could keep going on and on. Even P. Dragon on the show after I called in said, yeah, Danny Gray's looking good. I didn't look that deep into it. I just saw a little glimpse, and I had some feeling, felt some type of way. But what do you think about Danny Gray, man? Because, I'm shocked. Ronbo didn't give me no love. You just said yesterday, Ronbo, that you're going to make sure that the world knows, just like with what's his name, the safety, Jamal Adams, that they're not going to forget who said this first last night.
No, I thought I did.
Yeah,
Danny Gray, I'm hearing nice things too. And like you said, Grant Cohn does not give people the thumbs up. You've got to be above board by miles. He said nice things about Danny.
Here's the thing.
I'm telling you,
thumbs up,
he's about to threaten him.
Yeah.
He's about to take off like a rocket ship. And fun fact, everybody, him and Larry Krueger and everybody else, Chat Sports and everybody else has their little guys under them listening in to all of us on Ronbo Sports and taking good points that we say. Like I was the first to mention again about Danny Gray's about to take off like a rocket ship, and everybody goes crazy. So that's my sixth, baby. Danny, give me some Danny Gray, because one thing, what can you not teach, Ronbo? Speed.
Yeah. Well,
it ain't taught, it's earned. And I agree with that. My only issue is these are OTAs, these are practices. Can he actually do it in game? Because the last season we had with him? Nowhere. That's the shitty part. Yeah, Danny Gray, we all had high hopes for Danny Gray. We're like, oh yeah, Danny Gray's our speedster, Danny Gray this, Danny Gray that. But it just seemed like he kind of just fell behind everybody else. Ronnie Bell, same thing. Had a great start, got some actual in-game reps, but then just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, but injuries did play a factor into Danny Gray's situation and him being a rookie. Now he's a seasoned vet, third year coming in, looking at these two rookies coming in. I think there's a third one too, looking at Terrell Owens, his kid, and saying, oh, y'all about to take my spot after all I learned, sitting on the sideline, hearing you guys talk about me. Watch this with my 4.3 speed. Now I know this, now I know that. I know these concepts, and I could do some sweeps faster than Deebo Samuels. Talk to me.
Guys, I have a question for both of you. Now, wait a minute. Does T.O.'s son enter into this derby?
I think so. I think so.
I don't think so. As much as I love the fact and the idea that we picked up T.O.'s son on undrafted free agency, from what I saw on his actual routes and his training, he looked a little like a step behind everybody else in that practice. it just seems like he's got the gait for sure. He's got the gait. Problem is though is that when you watch him run, it looks like he's almost running a slow-mo. You know, it's weird. It's real weird. He runs with power though. I'll give him that.
Is he tall? How old is T.O. Jr.?
I think
He's like close to 6'2". He's close to 6'2", 6'1", 6'2".
He's going to look slower
that's
than everybody
also,
else anyway.
Yeah, and that's why he didn't get drafted. But he got the bloodlines. Give him a chance. Put him on the practice squad. Let him shine like Purdy did when somebody gets injured. And you're like, damn, how'd he do that? Because he's Terrell Owens' son. That's how he did that, and that's how he's gonna do that, and that's how he's gonna make this team. I'm telling y'all, wait for him too. But he's gonna be a late bloomer.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be a work in progress. He's gonna be a project wide receiver, that's for sure. But for him to, have a similar situation like Purdy, we need damn near everybody to get hurt, and I don't think we need that.
No,
we don't need
please.
that. So if you really think about it, my starting six. Probably, and I'm going to go, you already know I'm not going to include Deebo. It's going to be
I know.
Aiyuk. It's going to be Jennings. It's going to be, Conley.
Yeah.
It's going to be Pearsall. And if the news is true and everything else is true, Danny Gray. And we might see Cowlings in there too. Because I heard Cowlings actually looks a lot better than Pearsall.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Why is he on the sidelines, not playing or not working out?
Probably a little tweak that he had, and the fact that he's so small, probably they're playing it safe with him. That's just my perspective. We know the starting three. They're not getting cut, right? Deebo, Jennings, and Aiyuk, and then we got our two rookies. They're not getting cut. So the sixth person has to be Danny Gray, Conley, or Bell. But I think they're going to keep 7, man. I just got a feeling they're going to keep 7 because we got some dogs.
And
we got dogs in the building.
Put one on the practice squad. To keep 8. That's just too much talent for somebody else to get a hold to.
Yeah, for sure that is. But here's the thing, though, Ronnie B. Oh man, see, I don't. That's the fucked up part, man. We got too much goddamn talent to have just sitting around for other teams to pick us clean.
Oh, that's just it's a great problem. And Trent Taylor, one of the best return guys you can find. He's out there. I tell you, it's going to be very funny.
The best ability is availability. And if Deebo gets hurt this year, the amount of money we're paying him to do these sweeps and just get the ball off real quick, I feel like Pearsall, ending it on this note, Pearsall, Danny Gray could do these sweeps. And you know what I'm saying? We got people that could do this, and they've done it in college. So let's see how it plays out. I hope him a successful year, and we get that dub and go to the bowl and get the chip, baby, because it's going to be exciting. And this is one of the excitingest rooms we got maybe in the whole NFL, man. This is lit as hell. So watch out to shout out to Arizona Cardinals who got Harrison. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh yeah, man.
And there's other, there's other wide receiver rooms even in our division. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's his name? The Rams got a good Puka Nakua and the other
Cooper
dude,
Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, and then it's what they got in Seattle with Metcalf and them boys up there. So Lockett and all them.
Each. Yeah.
So
it's gonna be.
Yeah. So we gotta.
All right.
Wait, I'm more amped up. Let's talk about that offensive line before we leave.
Well,
I'm excited because we actually got something decent going.
Yeah.
Let me finish it with this bang. Another bang tonight. Okay, the starting offensive line: Trent Williams,
yeah.
Banks at guard, Feliciano at center.
Okay.
And then the rookie at right guard, Dominic Cooney.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then the right tackle, drum roll please, Ronbo.
Boom.
Chris Hubbard.
Hey, I'm cool with that.
Offensive line.
Talk
about the offensive line, baby. We're going to shock the world, baby.
All right, we're going to run overboard.
There goes Danny Gray.
Steven, give me 15 seconds,
Don't forget who told you first.
All right, Jack. Gotcha. I'm going to go down recording it. Steven, real quick.
No worries. No, I agree with that offensive line. I'm excited about that offensive line.
All right, guys.
So
Thanks,
what I'm saying.
Right.
We're going to be good. Everything's going to be all right.
All right. Steven, give my best to
Ronbo, with the sprinkle of there goes
Florindo! I can't get this voice fixed. Good night, guys. See you midweek. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Peace.
All right. And there he is. Oh, Mr. Blockeye says, oh, good. But overall, get the chip. Great roster wins. You know, Mr. Blockeye, thanks for that contribution, but we had a great roster. This is what is so crushing about that defeat to the Chiefs, who were out there with a makeshift squad, with some of their players who were just downright terrible, and they beat us with 5 or 6 guys. That's all. They didn't need a whole unit. They didn't even have a lot of substitutions. But they're in the 49ers' head in particular, and they don't. The Chiefs said, if we could play the 49ers for the next 5 years in a row, hell, we'd have 7, 8, 9 championships. You mother. Hey, well, ooh, oh, it's a big show. Show. You know, I can't do it, man. Show. Come on in, man.
Hey, it sucks getting older. Trust me, I know.
I tell you, Show. Even my go juice is slowing that neck down. But Show, that wide receiver room. Now, you're the guy to ask this question. Papa Dragon broke it down in detail as to why scheme over. You can have all the personnel you want, but if you don't know how to use them, then you might as well be just shooting blanks.
And speaking of scheme, I'm going to go into more detail and elaborate more on what Papa Dragon said. Right. That is why you hear about Ricky Pearsall and Jacob Cowing doing so well already off the bat, because of, number one, their experience. They both have at least 4 years of college experience in 2 pretty big conferences in the NCAA football league. And number 2, they run similar. They know how to run they're very good route runners. They know how to run a full route tree. They can play inside, outside in the slot, and that's a huge check mark. That's a lot of the check marks you need to check off in order to move up the depth chart and play on the active 53-man roster. And also number 2, the experience is also a huge check mark. Number 3, the other check mark you need to cross off is availability. And those guys have played a multitude of games combined with their 4-year starting experience. They've been available every 4 years they played with Arizona and with Florida. And that's hugely important on this team, because we both. Those they were Cowing and Pearsall.
Didn't get hurt.
I have to go back and look at the total number of games they played combined.
Okay.
But they've been available all 4 years. They played during college, and that's why one of the reasons why they drafted them is because of their experience and their availability. And that's the unfortunate downfall of Danny Gray. He's not been available ever since he's been drafted by us, and why he's not going to make this active 53-man roster. And also, you need to contribute to special teams, which these 2 receivers that we drafted do. You also need to block. You also need to do what we've seen on the field the last 8 years since we've had Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan gets easily pissed at his wide receivers, and if you don't properly run the right routes and the timing is completely off and it throws the offense completely off, then you're in the doghouse for at least a year.
And so don't forget this one too. If you can't fight through defenses to get to their spot, that pisses them off big too. Oh,
yes.
If you can't get through coverage, you're not my receiver. So damn.
And if you can't break through tackles, you can't block, you're benched. And so with that said, my starting 6, my 6 is going to be Deebo, Aiyuk, Jennings, Cowing, Pearsall, and Bell.
Is that 6?
That's 6.
All right.
Deebo, Aiyuk, Jennings, Pearsall, Cowing, Bell. That's 6 right there.
That's interesting.
Danny Gray's out of here.
Yeah, okay, and the thing about Danny Gray is I'm not sure Cowings and Pearsall can run every route on the tree. And I'm wondering, nobody's ever said that about Danny, though.
No, because he's not been available. He's not. You're out of sight, out of mind. Nobody's talked about Danny Gray.
Yeah,
he hasn't. That's the bottom line. He's done.
yeah.
He's had 4 years. He hasn't contributed anything other than a roster spot and sucking up money by doing nothing.
Roster spot. I think wasn't he on the IR most of the season?
Most of the season, yes.
Yeah, so he didn't take up a roster spot. That's what Kyle does to you when he wants. It's like he puts you in the bank, so he can grab. You're not gaining any interest. But the thing is, and I mean that in every sense of the word. But the thing is, you can stay there and let me get back to you, and we'll give you another shot. You get one more shot. You know what? He's down to his last shot. You're right. If Danny Gray doesn't just raise absolute hell in camp,
and if he gets hurt during preseason, he's
over.
Cut.
Yeah.
Bye. See you, Felicia.
That's so unfortunate. This is
and the practice squad. The practice squad. It is. It's not a fair game. It's not. Life's not fair to begin with. Number one.
Yeah. Football's similar to that. Exactly.
Same with football. And the practice squad candidate is going to be Chris Conley at the number one spot there above everybody else because he's contributed a lot in the regular season and also during the Super Bowl. People keep forgetting or have amnesia about it.
I'm a Conley fan for a
long
time.
him and Jauan stepped up big time.
Didn't they?
During the Super Bowl when Brandon Aiyuk and Deebo Samuel were nowhere to be found.
I mean, well, then again, remember though, the best coverage is going to be on those guys, but they're supposed to get. And Deebo just got
but
shut
we're paying
down
you a lot of money to
was
beat
that
the
McDuffie?
coverage, and
just stop. Because Snead wasn't on. Who was Snead on the whole game? Was that? It wasn't Deebo.
He was on Deebo. He was on Deebo most of the time.
Yeah, he took Deebo completely out of the game.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know where Aiyuk was, out in no man's land, and maybe picking flowers or something, but he was nowhere to be found. And you want to pay him $30 million? Get out of here.
Well, I know.
No, thank you, sir.
So you know what? I tell you though, the right side of that line. Although Brock's had a season of seasoning regarding that offensive line, I got a feeling Brock's not going to see that madness. We're not going to see that madness from Brock. He's going to know how to handle that this year a lot better than he did last year. We keep forgetting Brock Purdy is still in learning phase. So I look for a different Brock Purdy regarding that offensive line this year because your best quarterbacks make your worst offensive lines look good.
And if Pearsall and Cowing take off, and especially with Cowing's 4.33 speed, which we haven't had since Marquise Goodwin, somebody brought it up earlier, then Aiyuk is most likely gone after this year because they're probably going to go cheaper at the wide receiver position because there are a lot more important players that we need to pay. Other than Aiyuk, he is not that much of an impact player on offense. Yes, granted, he had 1,100 yards. So congratulations to him.
You saying that means that they're not going to sign him if they're going to be able to let him go next year because you're not going to sign anybody for one season. So what are you saying?
What do you mean?
You said they're going to let him go next year.
I'm saying they're not going to sign. I'm saying Brandon Aiyuk is most likely going to be gone if Cowing and Pearsall take off this year. I
know, but what are you going to do in the meantime? Aiyuk's got to sign some kind of a deal. You're going to sign him and then trade him next year?
He'll sign with another team next year. We don't have to sign him right now.
Well, they don't. That's what I wanted to get from you. So Aiyuk does not sign a contract before August. The 49ers tell him, listen, we want to take a good look at you, and we'll make up our mind.
Have you looked at the cap? Have you looked at a available cap space right now?
No, I'm just saying. I just want to get that straight from you. So they're not going to sign Aiyuk between July and August?
No, I don't think so this year. No, not at all.
Okay.
They would have signed him already, but they gave that money to Hargraves and they gave that money to Deebo when he was up. And
Hargraves didn't have to wait; he just came in. But you can't do that with a free agent. But with all the people we have, the 49ers do like to toy with them until the very last minute if they can. So,
who is more important on this offense, Chris McCaffrey or Brandon Aiyuk?
Okay, so I'm not going to answer that question because I like both those guys. You know who I am?
It's Chris McCaffrey, Ronbo. Come on, you're honest with yourself.
Show you
And whose money would you rather allocate to?
No, wait, Red Eye. No. You're the idiot, Red Eye. Wait, hey, You don't sign him this year. What, you think he's going to play? Think about that. Are you going to play if you're Aiyuk?
He'll play.
Listen, I'm telling you right now.
Fined.
This is the thing. If he doesn't get signed, there's going to be a problem. You're going to have a disgruntled guy running around the locker room. All right? I know about the fifth-year option. I just know.
I have always said there's no relationship between him and Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, well, that's true. All right.
I mean, he's already disgruntled, so it's not going to be a system. It's just going to.
I wouldn't want him. I wouldn't want him around the team if he's not
pissed
off. That's true, but still. All right, Joe. We're gonna go.
I'd rather allocate his money towards the right tackle next year. To be honest with you, that's what I want to do.
Here's the thing.
Plus, we have to find a left tackle too that we need to pay if we.
I know, but you should have got. If you're gonna get rid of Aiyuk, you should have got rid of him before now. You sit around there and say we're not paying this year, and he comes into the season, he's going to be pissed off. I don't need a pissed off wide receiver.
Oh well, he'll get over it. He's already a multi-millionaire. I don't feel sorry for him. So
we'll see. All right, Joe.
Hey, shout out to everyone. All right, take care.
All right, man. See you midweek.
You'll have a good night. Take care. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you for everyone that served. All right, thanks.
Nice. Well, it's a big. Why do I keep? We just did that. Are you ready for some Latino heat? I can't even do it. It's Emilio. Oh my God, it's really bad. Emilio. Hey, Red Eye, don't get too carried away. You know what? Because you're always up thin ice for me anyway. Watch it. All right. Go ahead, Emilio.
Yeah, something's wrong with Shaw. You really believe they're going to sign Aiyuk? I said we keep Aiyuk and get rid of Deebo next year. Makes no sense. Shaw's been wrong one too many times recently. I don't know why he can go and keep Aiyuk. Deebo's replaceable more than anybody on that team.
Well, and when's the last time you seen
Aiyuk is our best receiver, literally, and you want to get rid of our best receiver? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And also, when's the last time, Emilio, you saw a player get held? If you're not going to franchise tag him, you don't wait until August. You'd like to say, well, we're not picking up your deal. For anybody who thinks that, I got news. That ain't the way it works, and it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, no, if Deebo doesn't reconstruct his contract next year, he most likely he's gone. They're not going to pay.
I can agree with that, though.
Especially for 1 year. His one year trick pony thing he did, he fell off last year, and if he does it again, they're not going to keep Deebo, man. I'm sorry to say, he's a. Why do you think you got Pearsall? Just for laughing giggles? No,
no. And Coward.
You already look at Aiyuk. You can just tell Aiyuk is the number one receiver, and it looks like they're gonna throw It seems like they're gonna throw the ball more this season. So
there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So you're going. So I'm sorry to say, but you just completely wrong on this one.
And you know what? Like you're saying, they're gonna look at the wide receivers they got now. Aiyuk's not a part of that problem. He is the guy that they want to put an exclamation point behind. Now, Deebo is going to have to look really good this year, or you're right. He's for sale.
If you got to look at Aiyuk, every year he's gotten better. You just imagine one more year and he gets paid, yeah, he's basically going to be a new TL. He's at that point where he's been able to catch everything. He's open on almost every day, on every play. So, yeah, no, we need to keep him. Like it's the last time we had a number one receiver. It's been since TL.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we want to get rid of our number one receiver that we haven't had over 10, 20 plus years.
A lot
we haven't had a number one receiver.
You know he was rated number one as far as efficiency this past year as well. No, you do not let
exactly.
Aiyuk go.
So yeah.
He's not.
No, like I said, Deebo's replaceable. Deebo's just a gadget player. All he does is he's great, he's amazing, but Deebo's and all our receivers. Between him and Jauan Jennings, they're both replaceable. So now,
You know, wait a minute. Is this contract? Isn't it 2 years left on his contract?
Yeah, but next year he'll have more money. But when they cut him next year, they won't be big.
Before you start accusing people of being stupid, you need to go read some things. All right, go ahead.
So yeah, if they cut him next year, get him trade him next year, it's not a big hit on us. I think it's like a low. I think in the low millions. I think somewhere between $9 or $6 million. If they cut him or trade him, so we don't get a big hit.
You're right. You do it this year, it is a big hit. Even if you trade him, you're gonna have to pick up part of the tab.
No, not even this year. I think it's because it's the back end of the contract, so it'll be next year, the following year. So it's not too bad this year, but next year is when it gets the at least what in the 20s, I think, if they do keep him. But yeah, if they don't keep him, it's And even maybe next year they'll still be able to keep Aiyuk and Deebo because you know how usually the 49ers like doing that backloading contract. So it might not be too bad anyway. We're trying to keep them both. That's one of those things.
But I do think they're changing style this year, Emilio. I really do because, you know, you
you can see it.
and Pearsall are not yak
it's
men.
too many receivers. It's too many receivers now. We have too many. We have more than we do running backs, and you just think about it. We got McCaffrey, and then you got a few running backs. So we have more receivers. You can tell that Shanahan wants to throw the ball more. With that many receivers, he wants to throw the ball more. And you can see we got Purdy that can throw the ball, so there's no way you can't.
Yeah, he wants to. He wants
it's
to.
It's just one of the things. It's just.
And
we need to, because I mean that's what the NFL wants. That's what the people want. They want to see the receiver catch the ball. The running back is a good thing, but it's the throwing league now.
Perfect balance right now too, though, because if you got McCaffrey, I mean this is like the best running back in the game, right, all around. So now McCaffrey can also launch out of the backfield as far as a pass receiver as well. So with that kind of multiple dimension, I tell you that offensive Shanahan plays his cards right. They just can't be stopped. There is no.
I think mostly for this year, I think with McCaffrey, I think they're using it in the check down a lot more instead of making them run a lot more.
Oh, I wish they would.
Down a lot more. It really seems like they, like I said, with all the receivers we got this year, they're gonna throw the ball a lot more. It's just I don't see them not to unless Shanahan just wants to really run McCaffrey down to the ground, which. Be the dumbest thing he can do.
Well, that's what. Rindo's better for running between tackles.
Wouldn't put it past Shanahan because he's done it before. He did it last year.
He does it every year ever since Mostert left. Mostert's been gone how long now? He just refuses. Oh, well, you know.
But you got to realize, with all them times we had Jimmy, so
but still,
this is the first time in a long time that we've actually we're not worrying about the quarterback. We're about other positions. So it's kind of a plus.
You almost got Mostert killed. And Coleman, he wouldn't even give Coleman the ball anymore at one point, and Mostert did finally get killed. So Shanahan, when he gets on one page, he doesn't come off of it. It's as if he thinks that's the only thing that'll work that he believes or trusts in. So we're gonna see.
Yeah. Just wait to see. Like I said. Yeah.
Hey, your 6 guys. Did you pick them already?
Which ones are you talking
about? Of the wide receivers?
I just know the first 3. Everybody else is a toss-up. You know, it's going to be Aiyuk, Deebo, and
I mean, just make a projection because
it depends on the other one.
Yeah, we got to wait till camp
starts. It depends on the other 3 because you don't know if Jauan seems like he's in his feelings right now. But it's a good thing that he's not there because you can give Pearsall the ball more. So, he hasn't signed his tender. And he seems like,
he's looking for somebody to give him an offer. Is anybody else available?
Well, he's not. I don't see nobody else giving him an offer. Not what he's trying to get. Not if he's trying to get more money. I don't see him getting.
We haven't heard a dollar amount.
He's either going to be number 3.
No, but
I just look at. I don't. Well, in my eyes, I don't think he's not going to really get paid.
Yeah, 49ers are giving him nearly 5.
Something like that. If he wants more, if he wants 10, I don't think nobody's giving him 10.
Well, the thing is,
he's not on the field that much.
Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, they've also got to give a 2nd-round pick. So that makes it really a high price to pay. So Jauan may as well sign that tender. He's got to know that's not going to happen.
Well, he's trying to play hardball with him. But like I said, we honestly, like I said, as great as he was last year, we're getting to the point we had, like I said, too many receivers. It's just, what are you going to do? Either you're going to play on this tender, or you're not going to get play at all, and you're making it better for the rookies. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation for Jauan either way. You play or you're not. And if you don't, you're making it better for the rookies.
Damn. Boy, that dude
he's in a dilemma himself. He's just trying to play hardball like Deebo and Aiyuk is doing, but it's not benefiting you.
Well, now, Deebo's not playing.
Deebo has a contract. Aiyuk is going to get a contract. And we got what, 3 rookie receivers? 4 rookie receivers? So it's either you're gonna want to play or you don't want to play.
But you know, if you were
he's doing this, he's kind of put himself in a hole.
I know, Emilio, but if you were him,
which is kind of dumb.
Being important as you were last year, Aren't you going to try? I mean, I wish the 49ers give him $1 more million anyway, just to be, just show keep in good faith. Look, Jauan, man, can we wait till next season? You know how we are with the cash right now. Let me give you 6. We got 4.9. Let's give you 5.9. Hell, let's give you 6.5. And let's rest on that. And let's get out here and get ready for the next season.
But in that case, why would you want to do that when you're trying to pay out you? So it's kind of, why am I going to pay him?
$1 million ain't going to make any
when
difference.
We have rookies. So, I mean, you never know. Because, like I said, it looks like, you just look at it. We got to wait till June 2nd anyways for all this money to kick in. And then 18. We'll see if Aiyuk, the 18th. So see if Aiyuk is going to get paid soon enough. See what's going to happen with that. Whatever have left over for everybody else, and they'll pay. But to me, Jauan has to just suck it up at this point, honestly. I mean, I get he wants a little more money, but it's at the point where, like I said, it goes back to the same thing. Dude, you're putting yourself in a hole with all these rookie receivers. You have your spot on your third receiver, but if you don't play, he's gonna die. Easily, you can see Shanahan say, dude, I was giving you your spot. You don't want it. You don't want to be here.
Yeah, you can't not play.
Too bad.
Yeah, that sends a bad signal to other teams too.
He's doing it to himself. I'm not getting it. I'm all for it, getting paid, but he has no leg up on the team.
Nah, it's no advantages. All right, we got to roll. I'm going to tell you what, I'll see you midweek. Good to hear you back. As season starts, I need to be rolled back in little by little.
Yeah. And I officially picked my game. I'm going this year. I'm going to Miami this year.
All right. That should be a good time.
I got that ready. Going to Miami this year for that Dolphins game.
All right, fam.
All righty.
We'll look up
good night, and everybody else out there.
All right.
All righty.
Night, video.
Good night.
Yeah. Okay, I've warned you trolls about the ladies 49ers. And by the way, guys, when you catch him, copy and paste if I see, because we don't have time to search through everything that you saw. They will be given the foot as quick as possible, and you know this. Once again, I catch you messing with the lady 49ers trolls. Say goodnight. It won't be a hesitation. Just goodbye. All right. You can talk football with them, but that's it. Any personal shots at the girls, it's over. Jamel.
Hey, good morning, Ronbo. How you doing?
Jamel, I'm enjoying our problem. We have way too many great wide receivers. We can't keep them all.
I know we can't.
It's too much fun. We haven't had this much fun since Shanahan and Lynch came here. Hey, Jamel, go back the first 2 years. Shanahan brought Marquise Goodwin.
I remember.
What's his name? The tough guy. He got hurt right away, and that's why. Actually,
are you talking about Anquan Bolden?
No, not Anquan Bolden. He plays like Anquan Bolden, but he's not Anquan Bolden. This is when Kyle first came over. He brought 3 receivers with him. Marquise Goodwin. Anyway, this dude got hurt right away. And then, of course, we had a couple other guys came in. But anyway, we've been trying to patchwork a wide receiver room together since 2017, 18, 19. We finally picked up Deebo. But we just still had Emmanuel Sanders. And, yeah. So this has been every year. And that year, I remember Kyle says, I need some wide receivers to step up, right? So now, Pierre Garçon, thank you, Jesus. Garçon, Goodwin. Was there a third? Oh, there was another one too. But he got cut the following year. But we didn't have we didn't have a wide receiver room. So it's crazy how now we got too many wide receivers. It's a wonderful thing. Okay, so now it comes down to 6 guys, possibly 7.
Right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the ones who I've been seeing. Deebo. He always seems to come. He always seems to when his name is called, he always seems to come through. Deebo, Brandon Aiyuk. Jauan Jennings. But he reminds me so much of John Taylor when he played with us. Let's see.
Wait, which one? Who reminds you of John Taylor?
Jauan Jennings.
Oh yeah. What was John is? Yeah, John was physical.
He was. You know what Jerry Rice used to say. Now we know that he's the main guy who gets the ball, but he said, "Man, you better watch out for John Taylor. He was one of those Super Bowls with John Joe Montana. He caught the winning touchdown against the Bengals. I remember that.
Do you know if it wasn't for Jerry Rice, we'd probably be talking more about John. He made a lot of spectacular plays, but he was in Jerry's shadow. So
right.
What a great problem to have, you know?
Yeah. Those are my four. You mentioned a guy, his last name ends with a C.
Wait, of the new guys, you mean?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why these. As soon as I put on this headset, for some reason, it blanks out my brain. That's Conley. Yeah.
Conley.
Yeah, Conley is a guy that you want to keep, but the 49ers, you look at it, the way they're going to think. You know, they're not going to keep the older guy.
Right.
Most likely.
Right.
So Ronnie Bell's probably going to keep his job.
Right. Yeah.
No, we know about Cowing. He's a rookie. Conley's a guy, but because Cowing's probably going to make this team. The 49ers don't like to throw away their draft picks, not under any circumstances.
Right.
We've had a couple of guys they probably should have got rid of in camp, but didn't. You know, so you figure there's only, as I said, the three guys, Pearsall and Cowing.
Right.
The more I think about it, there's only one. Are you feeling better about Danny Gray, and also Ronnie Bell? I know, right? Everybody, it's God. This season's gonna be preseason's gonna be the thing. Watch how these guys perform in practice. We'll listen to the reports, how they're going every day. It'll give you a sort of a temperature of what's going on in camp. Especially Grant Cohn doesn't mind telling. One thing about Grant Cohn is you can listen to Matt Mayoko. Mayoko will give you more of a mixed bag on the people out there. Grant will shoot down every last guy out there that's making a mistake, not two or three mistakes, but a mistake, right? So you get a feel for that. And if he didn't say anything bad about this guy or this guy, they must have had a hell of a practice, right? So it's fun to make these comparisons from the reporters. So, you know,
right.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens during camp.
It's almost here too, man. I mean, the way these days are going fast. And next thing you know, June is coming up real soon. Then July, and then then they're in practice. And half of the season starts.
Wait, hold on a second. Red, I know you did not call any one of the ladies what I think you did. Red, man, I'm awfully patient with you, man.
I'm out here, Rumble. I'm out here.
Damn, dude. And he comes in.
I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't stand folks respect the ladies. Really.
I know, Red Eye boy. If you're gonna use that kind of language talking to her, don't talk to her. I told you guys talk football. What part of that did you not understand, Red Eye? Since you consider yourself so damn brilliant, knock it off. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, just don't hesitate, man. If you do, you give them a warning. Maybe being hard-headed, just go in and get them out because they're hard-headed.
You know,
they're hard-headed. I can't stand folks who respect the ladies.
I know, right? What kind of bad home raising is that, right? I know, that's strange.
Thank you. Like, come on with it, Ronbo. I was just going there.
Anyway, Jamel. Okay, so that's the six guys. What you picked out? I tell you, the problem is we got to see that what goes on in practice first, and then we'll find out who's going to get cut, who isn't. Because right now, it's just a shot at what you think might happen, right? So we'll find out. All right. Hey, Jamel, good to hear from you, man. I haven't talked to you in a long time. Yeah.
I know, man. You know, I've been lazy. I know. I listen to you. But Jamel, wait, you know, you need to call me. You know, he love to hear your voice. Another thing, I got an update for you. My therapist said that we're going to practice on walking.
All right.
You standing up, so let's start putting them steps together.
That was going to be my next question. I kind of suspect, okay, Jamel must be getting more and more into his therapy. The guy is wearing himself out. He's going to get there. He's going to get there. And when you get time, you get back.
Yep. And I told you, I'm going to have a video, and then I'm going email it to you so you can see it. And then, put it on the page, have the other put it in the people see it. So, yeah, man, God is bringing me along. Yep.
It is. I love it. All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna see you later on and keep up the good work. And we look for you to send that photo with you standing up and moving along. All right.
Right along. And I'll see you midweek.
Looking forward to it.
All right, Wimble.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Jamel.
All right. Yep.
All right. For you immature people like Red Eye, listen, here's the point. I don't want any ladies that are afraid to come in here because you tough guys have no problem going after the girls. If you want to fight with the guys. There's no stipulation. There's no conditions. Lay off, Red Eye, and everybody else like you. Hey, yo, Eric.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Eric, man, we're just sitting there. And Eric, the thing is, being a 49er fan, we're sort of sitting around gloating about our wide receiver room and having fun with it. I wish everybody could do like us. Eric, you've got 2,000-yard receivers that come out every year for the last 3 years and made me awfully mad. You got Tyler Lockett and that man machine with the abs that you could actually wash your clothes on. DK Metcalf. I hated playing you guys on those guys the first couple of years. But you know what's really funny, Eric? Russie Wilson, for some reason, had a problem getting the ball to DK. Remember Metcalf and his bad temper? Always getting pissed off because Wilson forgot to throw the ball to him or didn't throw the ball to him? I used to enjoy those moments. DK Metcalf's got a really bad temper, doesn't he? Is he? What are you thinking?
Oh, yeah. What do I think of him? Well, honestly, I'm not a bit. I know he's a good player and all that, but I'm not a big fan of his, to be honest with you.
Really?
And it's all about the extra baggage.
You know, he hasn't been suspended yet. Did DK finally get suspended for a game? How many technicals, or how many T's? Not T's, but how many times can you get? You get 2 a game and you get kicked out.
I think he's.
He got
himself. I know he got himself into a fight last year versus you guys.
You know, this is the thing about that kind of receiver. What ends up happening is now I'd send one of my receivers that I don't mind if he gets kicked out of the game, go out there and intimidate DK. Even one of my cornerbacks that's not going to get in the game in the action, go out there and push his buttons. He'll react. He's predictable like that, and he'll get thrown out of the game. Now you will too. But we're gonna add a little to your paycheck that week. It's sort of like a bounty, and if they get caught doing it, they're gonna get in trouble. But still.
Yeah. I tell you. I'm quiet.
How does your receiver room look this year, though? You got DK. Hey, is Lockett coming back next year?
I think he's scheduled to come back, but he's one of those guys that he's been around for a long time, so I don't know.
I remember that year he snapped his ankle. That was the scariest play, and he still held on to that ball right in the end zone. That ankle was just hanging. That was frightening. Comes back a year later, still looks like Tyler Lockett. He's an amazing player. We got a guy like him now, too, supposedly. Cowing from Arizona. Yeah, Greg, I can't wait to see what he looks like. So we'll find out. But anyway, Eric, go ahead. What are you thinking?
Well, I guess there's a lot of extra drama going on tonight around Bill. In the chat, what's all the drama about tonight?
No, I constantly have to ask the tough guys to stop going at the girls. If you, no matter what the girls say, you don't know how to handle that without getting rude and nasty. Come on.
Yeah.
That's such
Yeah.
a wimp thing to do. So
I mean, I tell you, amen.
anyway,
Amen, pal.
yeah, no, it's just unfortunate that we got to go through all that. But yeah. Well, Eric, anything else you want to add? You having a good weekend, by the way, Memorial this holiday weekend?
Yeah, I'm having a great weekend.
All right.
And, I'm not, even though it won't be as kind of as Camille as you guys, I'm gonna try that list. I'm pretty sure that at least Samuel and Aiyuk and Jennings are gonna make it for you guys.
That's for sure. Pearsall probably too. You can't use your first round pick and just throw it away, cut it. That would just be.
Yeah.
I mean, Pearsall would get picked up in a heartbeat too, but you can't just cut your first round pick. So he's on. They got four guys that are definitely playing.
And then we got two more that I don't know about who the final two would be. I would probably put Cowing since he was Cowing drafted?
Yeah, fourth round.
Okay,
round?
so yeah, I would put him up
Third
there
or
and
fourth?
for the heck of it, for the fun.
Yeah, he's probably going to make it. I think Kyle likes him already.
Yep. You know what I think would be really funny to see happen?
What?
If somehow, some way, Owen sneaks into that final spot.
You know, a lot of 49er fans would be happy about that. You know what? A lot of us, we're attached to tradition in a way that anybody that's ever been great for the 49ers, when their offspring arrive, if they do, we'll embrace them as if they were the same as their dad. I see, we got to be careful with that, though. He could be taking up a roster spot where we let somebody else go that probably should have stayed.
Yeah.
So that's a risk. I'm not T.O. I forget his son. Anyway, I don't know if T.O. Jr. is going to be able to make the team or not because we got really picked up some good picks. He came in as a UDFA. So, I don't know. I'd like to see him make it. I'm like everybody else in that aspect, that he is the son of a 49er legendary player. I'd love to see him make it. But I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Rice's kid over with the Chargers either.
Yeah, I tell you, I think the big difference between running back and wide receiver is that, like, with Suedo, he's got a much clearer path to making the team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Eric, we're going to go. I tell you, I'll be back midweek, and let's get together, okay?
I'll be here.
Looking forward to it. Night, Eric. And by the way, anyone in the chat room that can't handle the madness around you, I don't want you to see you leave on that account. Just block them, and you won't see anything they're doing, okay? Because I was talking to somebody on Twitter about that today, and that's why they don't join us, because the fact is that our chat's got a lot of fakes. A lot of people are talking everything but football. So if you want to just block them out, they'll become invisible, and then we can continue to hang out. Hey, Jalen! You're like Texas boy. Texas boy comes in and blocks everybody, and he's not even a 49er fan. Jalen! Jaden's probably trying to get in because every time he does this, comes in a few minutes later and says, "Can you hear me?" All right. Maybe give him time to get it fixed. Jalen, come on in and talk about this wide receiver room. It is beyond a doubt The best Shannon's ever had. What did I just say? Don't do that. All right. Hey, Brian. Whoa, Brian.
49ers red and gold, still rocking the Niners till I am dead and cold. Shouting the name of the 49ers all the way down from the Mid-South because the law says, and he says, and still know your role and shut your mouth.
I like that.
What it is, Ronbo.
Hey, Brian, we're just looking at this wide receiver room and wondering how in the world, if I was a receiver, a candidate, if my name ain't Deebo, Aiyuk, or Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, I just don't know. What am I going to do? There's 4 spots right there. They're not going to make those guys leave. What am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't I just ask them to release me right now? You almost need to give up. But you got to come in there and you got to give it a shot. No team's going to pick you up if you're a quitter anyway. So, man, what do you think's going to happen here?
Man, Ronbo, you know what? I was looking at the depth chart as y'all were talking tonight or whatever.
It's long, ain't it?
And it's going to be 6. They keep 6 wide receivers.
Well, usually, and I'm trying to remember if we ever kept 7. I don't remember that. They'll put 1 or so on the practice squad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I said, the first 3, Aiyuk, Samuel, and Jennings, that's locked in. They're not going nowhere.
Right. That's 3.
Even with Brandon Aiyuk's pending, he's gonna get paid.
He'll get signed.
He'll get signed.
And then there's Pearsall, first round pick. That's 4.
Pearsall, of course, that's 4. And if they got 6, I would say Conley.
We all love Conley. You notice that?
I think Conley. I think Conley just needs reps.
Well, yeah, he's already proven the league is a good football player. I don't know why he hasn't been going around from one team to another, actually. Don't forget Calvin got drafted, too.
Yeah. Ooh.
See?
So, who's the punt return out of this group? Is it Ronnie Bell?
Well,
is it Ronnie Bell? Which one of them?
Ronnie got fired last year, punt returner, remember? Remember they had Aiyuk out there and Deebo returning the ball because Kyle had gotten so tired of Ronnie handling the punt.
Yeah, ooh. He's the one that muffed the punt in the Super Bowl, didn't he?
No, that was
Ray. Was he the one that did that?
No, that was Ray. Well, you know what? Ray didn't really muff the punt. It hit Luter in the leg. But what Ray didn't do is think after that happened. Ray should have just dived on the ball and secured the ball. Don't try to pick it up and run. Of course, you know what? If Ray picked that ball up and he would have got it up, he might have went for a long gain because he was running and momentum was carrying him toward his right. If he turns that corner with his speed, there's no telling what would have happened. But Ray, we got to play the percentages. Dive on the ball. That's the thing you do. But Danny Gray as Jimmy. Danny Gray's in the mix too.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, So I'm thinking Conley, and
it's hard.
Danny Gray, maybe possible, maybe.
Said he looks good these days. He's been good. His technique has gotten better.
And Tariq Owens, maybe he make it as a practice squad player. I think he's good enough to get on the practice squad.
Well, if for no other reason, you got to respect his dad.
Right. Just unless he starts acting like his dad,
Can you imagine?
They'd be like, I knew it. We shouldn't have drafted. I knew it.
He does not have any credentials to act like his dad. So
I don't think. I think. I don't think we have to worry about that because he's trying to. He's trying to prove. He's trying. He don't have time.
He's gonna be real respectful, real courteous.
He's got to.
Yeah, he's not gonna be out there showing his butt. Because T.O.
He get a spot. He's trying to get a spot.
Exactly. Because the minute he stands out there, I love me some me. Well, okay, let you go right now.
Yeah.
I can see right now you got a problem too, don't you?
Yeah.
Gotta love T.O.
And
he was a big pain in the ass, but he was a good.
But Ronbo, yeah. And I know we're not talking about running backs tonight, but
that's okay.
This depth chart I'm looking is do I see the what is that Isaac Guerrero? Guerrero.
Yeah.
He's like third. He's like third behind Elijah Mitchell. And Jordan Mason is so far down the depth chart. It's ridiculous. It's almost off the board. I'm like, what is the problem?
I don't know. He can't get no love. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he doesn't block. No good pass protection. He's big enough too.
I don't want to Ronbo, but we always see the end result. What do we see? Every time when they put Jordan Mason in, what he do? He makes plays.
Yeah.
So is he missing curfew?
Or caught behind the line of scrimmage.
What? Did they find a roach in his bed or something? What? Marijuana roach? What's going on?
I have no idea what's going on with Jordan Mason and Kyle. Did he ever fumble the ball? He never carried the ball enough. I think I remember.
He don't carry the ball enough to fumble. I mean, unless he just butterfingers in practice.
Yeah, okay. Hey, there's another thing we don't think about, Brian. We don't know what's going on in practice with some of these guys.
It's got to be. I mean, it's got to be. But having some of the media, have they even asked him about, hey, why is Jordan Mason not getting reps? Or what's the deal? What's the deal with him? Has anybody ever asked Kyle Shanahan?
He won't ask.
Hey, what's wrong with Jordan Mason?
I can already. Well,
let's he probably want to answer. Yeah.
Yeah, think like Kyle for a second. Although Jordan, he looks really good in practice, and there are times when he looks excellent, and we're going to get as much playing time for him as we possibly can in the future. That's it, Kyle. You're not. Yeah. What is that? Right. That's an obscure answer. Yeah, Kyle's good at those obscure answers that don't really answer your question. But he addressed you, but he didn't answer the question. Kyle is a master at doing that.
I mean, that is crazy, man. I'm thinking, and you better watch out. See, he'll be the running back that we'll wind up eventually getting rid of, and he'll land up where? In Seattle.
Yeah, because they love running backs over there.
He'll land up, even though it's a new regime, but still,
yeah,
they play with energy. The energy, Pete Carroll, he ain't on the sideline, but he's still part of the organization. So that energy, the energy is not going away. It's not.
And Elijah Mitchell's not going to stay healthy. So I don't know. If they like Guerrero because they just drafted him, so you got to give him a lot of love now. So he drops Mason down a notch to be right immediately. That drops Mason down a notch. And then Elijah Mitchell
off the notch. He practiced. If you like the fourth straight, you practice off the board.
You're done. Yeah, your practice squad. So CMC, of course. Elijah Mitchell probably still hold on to a second spot for now.
Yeah.
But then Isaac can come in and do his thing. Yeah, well, maybe now. Maybe Grindo might be able to take his spot. I don't know. So, but right now the pecking order is Elijah Mitchell from last year, Guerrero because he just got drafted, and everybody else falls in after that. Jordan, poor Mason.
And Isaac's fast. Isaac's fast too. He's big and fast. That's
why they
and
like
young.
Him. So when the kickoff returns, look for Guerrero to get his number called. I got a feeling they're going to use him, especially for that. Because Deebo would be the other guy. But I want to see Guerrero run that ball like that. That's going to be special.
What do you think about Trent Taylor? You think he makes this team?
I wish, because I want a guy back there to catch punts that's not going to piss me off. Ronnie Bell, I thought he was going to be something good last year. But he mishandled a couple of punts, and Kyle just said, "That's it for you. You just sit."
If Trent makes his team, he makes it as I only see him make it as a punt returner.
No, that's all. That's the only reason I want him for. But that's a lot of money you pay for a punt returner. And you can still use him as a wide receiver if we run down that low in receivers. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be tough for him to make the team too.
maybe probably him and Tariq on the practice squad. So that's all I can say.
We'll see.
But man, but right now we got to. If nothing else, make my something by getting Aiyuk signed. Get the deal done. I don't care if you have to sell 40 acres of the mule. Get the deal done.
This is tradition. They got to make you wait. Everybody has to wait. Nick Bosa set a new record. Now, I hope the 49ers don't plan on setting a new record beyond Nick Bosa. But for God's sakes, Kyle and John would just stop with this. Brian, we got to go, though. And,
I was going to ask you one more thing, Ronbo. Have you heard anything about they talking about Christian McCaffrey? Talking about something about he has no more guaranteed money and he possibly might be looking for next year.
Maybe Mike Florio says that's not true. And if Florio can't find something he can dig his teeth in just to take a shot at the 49ers, I got to believe it must be true. It's not that. He's getting married. I don't know how much time that's taken up. I can't believe it's taking up so much time that he can't come to work out. But he doesn't really need OTAs. He can come in later because him and Nick work harder on their own than they do in OTAs. So we'll find out.
Yeah.
But they're really talking a lot about that. Everybody seems to be that he's maybe thinking he needs more money. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll find out later, though. If he didn't show up at mandatory camp, then we'll know for sure something's definitely up. There's no way CMC misses mandatory camp unless there's something really wrong.
Yeah.
All right, Brian.
We'll see.
Let me see you midweek.
Brother Ronbo, shout out to you. Shout out to the faithful. And shout out to production. The law is finally out.
Thanks, Brian. Have a good night.
All right, Ronbo. Hey, when the next time you coming on?
Yeah, either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm thinking Tuesday though.
All right. Be sure you bring my boy Jalen. Bring my boy Jalen back on now.
Jalen, we're trying to find him now. All right, he's coming in. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Brian. Have a good
night.
All
right. See you, Ronbo.
See you.
Yeah.
Let's give another shot to Jalen. Jalen, wouldn't it be funny if Jalen accidentally ran into Kyle Shanahan in the parking lot and him and Kyle are out there going at it? Jalen! Jalen may not make it tonight, I guess. Yo, Ellis. Ellis. It is a holiday weekend, though. Some people could be detained completely. Hey, Smooth. Or could we be having some kind of issue with our phone? Smooth? I heard a sound, though. Smooth? Where you at, Smooth? Yeah, I still hear sounds. All right. Hey, let's go check on Tony. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo.
No, so I guess it's not the phone. Tony, it's that time when we make projections that we have no idea what we're talking about because we haven't seen them play yet. But it's fun to be able to say later, I seen that coming way back in May. Because the thing is, you already know 4 guys that are definitely going to be on that room. Who are the other 2 or possibly 3 people? And when you look at all the things going on in each one's little profile.
Well, I can't see Jennings and Brandon Aiyuk's contract, Ronbo. I'm pretty sure they'd rather sign him, and then instead of having to pay him $15 million, they can knock it back and spread the contract out and have $9 million. Then they've got to go to every other single position group and see where they can skimp on and who's the best player they can keep with the least amount of money. Then you've got, that's a big conversation to have because then you've got next year, we've got about 11 or 12 players that are going to be going to have to get paid. So all that has to be taken into account as well. And as far as running backs go, I think final call is the old boys. What's his name? Turner. Coach Turner.
Turner's going to be there. You know what? I forgot. I left another running back out, too. The tall kid we got from Green Bay. They seem to be kind of high on him, too. Brian, you left him off the depth chart. What is that guy's name? Nobody talks about him. But we got 5 guys, for sure. 6.
Yeah.
I forgot about the kid from Washington. We got 6 running backs that I know of, and I might be short of 1 or 2. Joe!
Yes, that's going to be harder to pick than a broken nose, Ronbo.
Woo, man.
But, all position groups, because we're so close to the cap and whatnot, all position groups are going to have to be evaluated until the final call comes.
A lot of
you know what I mean?
Good football players are leaving. You're right, Tony. We're going to have there's going to be an exodus this year of good talent, and next year, I don't even want to know what that's going to look like.
I don't know about the exodus, but I'm saying with the pool of players that we've got now, as you said, they haven't even played one preseason game. They're going to be evaluated during practice and things like that. But who are the best players that we can keep for the least amount of money? And then what does that leave us in the leftovers?
I don't know.
Then you can start picking, you know what I mean, to make the cap. Because it's not going to be easy, put it that way. I would hate to be picking this team this year. Because there's a lot of, you got the safeties, the corners, the other dudes, the backs, the O-line, and the O-line's going to come into...
line. There's no place where there's not an incredible crowd of talents that you got to make a choice between. Drake Jackson,
that's what I'm saying.
Kasuric wants him to make the team so bad because Drake, you know where Drake sits during meetings? Kasuric sits right next to me, looking on my shoulder, taking notes and asking lots of questions. How do you cut him? But Bill Jr.'s looking really good. And we already know that Leonard's not going anywhere. And that kid they got from the Panthers, he's not going anywhere. It's really...
Yeah.
Man, like you said, if I was a coach, Tony, if we were coaching together, Tony, you go ahead and make that call. I can't do it.
It's just going to have to be a flip of a coin.
Kinda.
I mean, every position group that we have, Ronbo, this year, for some reason or another, is surrounded by talent, right?
Yep.
So it's going to be the hardest thing to choose and project how much money we're going to have next year to sign those other 11 players that are, part of the nucleus and whatnot. Deebo's got no more guaranteed money after this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, which one's worth a shit? Running backs or receivers? I mean, years ago, running backs weren't worth jack crap.
Well, they're back to that now, for the most part.
Now they're worth, they're worth talking about. And receivers, what do you do? You can't get rid of Brandon Aiyuk because
Ayuk's not.
The guy blocks like an absolute animal.
And all, what kind of message I would send to the rest of the team? Ayuk's worked harder than anybody on that room. You're going to cut him?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. And so, but Deebo is. I think he is susceptible. I think he is the guy that's out.
I don't know. He's Shanahan's favorite pet.
I know, but you know what? John's talked Shanahan out.
And you got that.
Before.
I don't know, Ronbo. I mean, we've kept injured players on the roster because they were Shanahan's favorite players. And I've said it before, and they took up roster spots for a couple of years, and then we got rid of them.
Yeah, and they all go to Cabo together at the end of the season. I know. I just don't know.
So it's going to be an absolute shit fight trying to pick this team this year. And God forbid somebody puts their hand up and makes the wrong choice, and we let go of a player that was going to be better. Oh man.
Okay, now Big Show asked a question. He says, "Where's the $30 million coming from for Aiyuk?" You know, that is a good question.
Yeah, but you're paying 15. If you're paying this year, Ronbo, you're paying 15 million, right?
Mm-hmm. No, the cap spreads out over a reasonable. You know, it's not a cap. 30 million is not the cap hit, but still, it's out there.
Yeah, okay, but I'm saying if you make him play out his contract this year, what's he worth? How much do they have to pay him out? 15 million, right?
Yeah, you actually saved money signing him this year, I think. Well, I just remembered.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you sign him, you can spread the contract out, and instead of 15, it's 9 or 8. All right, so you've got another 9 to play with, which will allow you to muck around with the other positions that are of need.
Yeah, you can jockey around that fee a lot. Right now, it's a set figure, so they're actually losing money by just letting him play this year, like some people think he should do. They should do. You're right. Rewrite that contract so it's comfortable for the team.
Exactly.
But you know what they're arguing about? Tony? They're arguing over guaranteed money. Every contract you hear about, you look at Amon. What's his name? Anyway, the guy that everybody's talking about from Detroit.
75 million. Yeah.
Well, he gets how much money of that
guaranteed?
guarantee? He gets 34 from what I think I heard. Of that guaranteed
Look,
money, that huge contract, 34 is all that's guaranteed.
These guys have made some major fuck-ups, all right? They were arguing with DeForest Buckner because he wanted $2 lousy million dollars more. And we used to say, I think it was, I can't remember, I think it was Emilio or somebody else, they used to say, when Eric Armstead looks at the field, he gets injured. Right?
Eric went a couple of years without getting injured finally, but you're right. He used to be injured all the time.
So instead of letting Eric Armstead go, if we let Eric Armstead go back then, we still would have had DeForest Buckner on this team.
Yeah, because he doesn't get hurt. I mean, the guy doesn't
get hurt.
Yeah. And then
the guy's a brick wall.
And Tony, just like you're saying, then you don't sign Jauan Kinlaw, or not Jauan Kinlaw. No, you don't sign Kinlaw or Hargrave. Either one.
That's right.
And Kinlaw proved to be a mistake. And Hargrave is not doing what his salary says he should be doing.
Well, he just got paid. He can relax. You know? Yeah? That's the way.
I just wonder how many guys do that too.
That's the way of the new NFL. You know what I mean?
It really is. Get paid, relax.
But you see, it's a lot more technical than what we think.
No,
when you sit down and try and nut it out on paper, and you put all the names down on paper. And see how you go, Ronbo. You're going to be scratching your head for the next 4 hours.
I mean, people would come over because they wouldn't answer my phone, knock on the door, shining flashlights through the window. See, is he in there? Is that him laying on the floor? No, you just pass out. You can't handle it anymore. That's number crunching that would kill a man. So, you know.
I mean, Trent Taylor's a prime example. He just brought him back. The guy's had back, neck injuries, this, that, and now he's going to hold up a roster spot when you can give that spot to a potential young dude that you can groom later on. Doesn't make sense to me.
But can that young dude catch the damn ball? See, that's why Trent was brought in. The 49ers got so tired of punt, return, and everything else being fumbled about.
We've had players. We've had players that had the same problem. Jennings used to drop the ball. Aiyuk used to drop the ball.
Everybody drops
Deebo used to drop the ball.
But not on special teams, Tony. Get me somebody out there that can be reliable on that. It's one play you got to make, or 2 or 3 times a game.
Okay, but we know who Trent Taylor is. All right, but what if this other young kid, he stops dropping the ball and then he turns out to be a superstar?
Tony, at the end of this practice, probably Trent does lose out to exactly the kid you're talking about too. But Tony, we got to go now. Hey, let me see him midweek, okay? It's always
All right,
fun.
brother. All right. Shout out to Evan Ellis, Papa Dragon, and young Jalen, and the rest of the crew.
I don't know where he is tonight. We've been looking
Yeah,
for him.
he's probably beating the shit out of Kyle Shanahan.
Got to pin up all the beats and kicks. All right, Tony. Cheers. Talk to you in a minute.
Cheers, brother.
And again, we call out the name Jalen. Your fans are waiting for you, Jay. Jalen. I can't imagine a guy as high strung as Jalen would pass out and go to sleep, though. Let's check on Ellis because we missed him a minute ago. Ellis.
Yo.
There he is. Ellis. Come on in, man. Yeah, we're near.
Yeah, just came out the movie with the kids and stuff.
I knew
man.
it was the kids. Can you bust
up.
out in the movie theater talking 49ers football, having people sitting next to you? Shh, hey, bro, what's up?
Yeah, we just watched that Garfield movie.
How'd you like it?
Because
I don't have any problem telling people how much I like cartoons. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was good. It had some humor in there. It was nice. It was a nice little movie.
All right. And good for you hanging out with the kids and enjoying that kind of fun because I know they had a good time.
Oh, yeah. They burnt out.
Folks, boy. Damn, that was fun because immediately as soon as you walk in, I want that chocolate bar that looks like I could sit down on it and float across the river. How much is it? That's $20. Right. Okay, well, I'll work hard next week.
How much just for how about, you know what, remember Chris Rock and Living Color, how much he said, good Lord, that's a lot of money. How about you just give me one bite for 25 cents?
He was right. You know what? And even as soon as I grew up and had a job, I stopped going by the concession. Hey, Ron, man, you hell no, I ain't getting that, man. This ain't nothing but pure robbery. What? That popcorn you buying? That I'll tell you what, I'll eat that a little bit, but I don't even like popcorn. But y'all be buying them buckets of popcorn. So yeah, bring my own.
Hey man, a small icy costs $5, man. You hear me?
Not for me. I can keep walking.
That should be gone. That should be gone in like in 8 minutes flat.
It's robbery.
No refills. You hear me?
But Ellis,
$40 later. Yes, just at the concession. And look, man, I didn't even get nothing. Okay, I got a large popcorn and four ices for the squad, and yeah, man, $40. Run it.
I know there'll be some legislation against movies for doing that. But Ellis, we can talk about that all night because I blame
it on Newsom. But anyway, let's get to it.
That's why that Jenkins dude ain't coming to play for the 49ers. Taxes. Anyway, Ellis, go ahead, man. Talk to me about this wide receiver room because you know what? This is going to be one of the most interesting contests that we've seen Shanahan and Lynch endure. This is going to be special. Running back room is looking crazy too, but you already know who's going to win that hands down. And Shanahan's only going to use a couple of those guys a week, if that. So, what are you thinking?
I'm kind of surprised that Jauan is doing what he's doing right now.
How come?
I mean, shit. He's on he's trying to. I mean, you're playing for essentially the best team in the NFL. If after this season you play on your tender, you can go get paid like Kendrick Bourne did. I mean, he got $21 million. I mean, he would get more money than Kendrick got from the Patriots if he just, played ball, got his money, and then, said, hey, y'all don't want to cash me out. I'm not going on no more. You're not about to get me with the Kendrick Bourne, give me 2-3 years tenders and all that bullshit. I'm about to go get my money right now. He could do that after this season. But, he's kind of trying to.
Right, though. He might want to stay with the 49ers, and he wishes they'd make an attempt to keep him.
Well, and I do too. The problem is going to be, I mean, if we move off of Deebo, then Jauan, I don't see Jauan not being a guy that we keep. But it's kind of it's hard. It's hard because him and Brandon Aiyuk are more similar than him and Deebo are. So to keep Jauan and keep Brandon Aiyuk, it doesn't seem likely that would happen because they're not polar opposites. You keep guys that are polar opposite, not the same.
Question on that though, Ellis. If you have a choice that you have to make between go ahead and give Jauan Jennings a little more money and let Deebo go, you're still going to have a savings. Do you make that move? I just realized that would be the move because I'm going to keep a high caliber player that's more toward the scheme and theme we're trying to run going forward. It'd be a hard choice to make, but that's where I'd go. Well, you got to see what Pearsall looks like, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I think Kyle, honestly, between the practice squad, we got 7 wide receivers. It's going to be more than 6, which is 7. It's one more, but I don't see it just being 6 because 3 are going to be on the active roster. Well, 5 will be actually on the active roster, and then 2 for the practice squad.
Yep.
And that will likely be Conley, and it will be a coin flip between Danny Gray. Well, no, Trent Taylor. I don't know, man. I think Trent Taylor makes his team. Trent's looking healthy. I have a hard time seeing him getting cut for some reason. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
why they called him over in the first place.
Look, Ronnie Bell, I think Conley makes the team. I think Taylor makes the team. And the odd man out is going to be between Ronnie Bell and Danny Gray. One of those 2 guys are going to likely get cut. If they keep them all, I wouldn't be surprised because, I mean, man, it's, wide receivers, some of these guys get hurt quick. I mean, shit, look, they go down quick. So I don't know, man. It's really hard to say. I don't see them giving up on Ronnie just yet. Danny Gray is the odd man out. Even if he's looking great in camp.
Yes.
So what?
How about T.O.?
They can make. Yeah, he that's another practice. So 2 or 3 on the practice squad automatically. I think they keep Tariq on the practice squad and just keep him under the radar and build him up. He can be under the tutelage of all these other veteran wide receivers we have, and he can build. And then, depending on what he looks like at the end of the year, he could make it to the active roster because there's going to be some guys that will not be on this team next year in that wide receiver room. Trent Taylor was probably just a 1 year, let's see what you got kind of situation. And, Ronnie Bell and Danny Gray will be the odd man out after the end of the season. Let's just say, hence, they're still on the team. But I don't see Conley getting cut. I see him on the practice squad. Maybe.
I do. I like him, man.
I don't know. He's just a good player. He's not really being utilized. It's the same old shit. He's not being utilized to his fullest potential.
Go ahead. You forget about Tay Martin? You know what? I got to go look at the list.
And Tay. Yeah. And he's 6'3". He's a big body. We have yet to have a big body wide receiver on this team that besides Jauan Jennings. He's the tallest and the longest wide receiver we have on the team, but he's he's actually probably the best big target we got at the wide receiver position besides George Kittle, but he's a tight end. But when we're talking strictly wide out, it's Jauan Jennings. But yeah, Tay Martin is a good player. I don't know, man. It's hard. It's really hard to say.
That's why I brought that up tonight. I said, how is this wide receiver room? This is crazy. I said, there's not really a bad talent on that room. There's not as good talents, but there's no bad talents there. How are you going to do?
It's really hard, man, to say what's going to happen. But if I was picking Kyle's brain, thinking, I would say he's going to try to give. If Danny Gray looks good all through training camp, and even in the preseason, he's not getting cut from the team.
I know.
So that could actually push Ronnie Bell a little bit more out. But you know what? because they do it so often, I see Trent Taylor getting cut and then getting re-signed and probably hitting the practice squad. And then, like I said, Mike Conley and Tariq Owens. So I see those guys remaining on the practice squad, and then I think everybody else makes the active squad, for the time being, whether they dress up or down, whatever. But I don't know, man. I think all these guys make the team. I'm just, whether they're practice squad or not, I think they make this damn team.
And depending upon how many guys are going to be kept in that practice squad. All right, fam. Let's get back to the kids. We're going to go, and I'll be back Tuesday.
Here, I'll let who's up. Here, I'll let y'all all sleep. Here, Josh is up. Here, Josh, talk to both for just a quick.
Hey, Josh.
Ronbo.
Okay, Jalen finally woke up. Jalen, hold on just a second. Don't go away, Jalen. Hey, Josh. How you doing? Happy Memorial Day.
I'm doing good.
Glad to hear that.
How are you doing?
Well, I tell you what, I can't wait for football season to start. It's very exciting already. Otherwise, doing just great. Can't be better.
Huh?
I said, doing great. Can't be better. Waiting for things to get started here. I mean, you know what? Josh, have you been paying attention to who's on this football team and what positions or anything? Or are you pretty much – no, Josh, you're a football player. That's right. It's your sister that plays baseball. Yeah. Josh, we should be talking football by now. All right? Yeah, I want you to pay attention this season. And when you and your dad get on the phone, all right, get Josh in. I want to ask him some questions. All right? You can be ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
I can't wait.
It's time to go. We gotta go.
I know, Josh. This is Josh. I tell you what, I'm gonna get back here Tuesday, and I'll see you guys then. Okay?
This is the year that we have to win the Super Bowl. This is the year.
It was last year, Josh. We're late on this.
We're not losing again. We are not losing again.
Agreed. Fully agree. All right, Josh. We're gonna go. You guys go and get some rest, and I'll see you midweek. Okay?
Okay. Shout out to Niner people in the chat.
All right. Good stuff, Josh. All right, fam.
Niner for life. Bye, Ronbo.
Bye, Josh. All right, Ellis. We'll see you midweek. All right. Hey, yo, Jalen, you still on the line? Yo, Jay. I knew you having tech difficulties, Jalen.
You hear me?
Yeah, vaguely.
Okay, yeah. No, shout out to Faithful. Y'all know what it is. Shout out Tony, Tone. Shout out Donut, Tanisha. Shout out Evan. Shout out Papa D. Y'all already know what it is, man. Hit that like, subscribe. Like you see.
Appreciate you, fam.
Shout out
Night
protection.
Night.
Thank you, Bo.
All right. All right. Listen, Jalen. Uh-oh. Jalen, you know what's going to happen?
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Okay, there you go. Gotcha.
Man,
I heard you.
How you doing, Ronbo?
Jalen, it's a weekend, holiday weekend, doing great, Sitting around feeling guilty for relaxing.
Memorial Day weekend.
Jalen, you got a huge contingent of fans now. So you might as well think about running for president.
What happened?
Jalen, I'm saying, Jalen, you're out there. I do not appreciate this. I do not appreciate that. Is resonating with a lot of people. Everybody loves it. It's your style too, Jalen. You could do stand up.
Well, I mean,
but Jalen's serious. Yeah, he's not trying to be funny.
No, I'm not, because you don't get this amount of players in their prime at one time. You don't get that, Ronbo. You don't get this amount of play like Deebo. Ronbo, you had DeForest Buckner, D Ford, Eric Armstead, and Nick Bosa. You had 5 first-round picks on the defensive line.
Remember when you had Mostert on the team as well?
I mean,
a halfway decent offensive line here and there. I mean, we've had some great teams. We've never got beaten up in any one of them playoffs, because we go to the playoffs, we're going all the way to the end, to the NFCCG at minimum, right? And shouldn't have lost the NFCCG, not a time. And damn well should have won both Super Bowls. We had the lead in the fourth quarter.
Ronbo
got snatched.
Like I said, when this man leaves the San Francisco 49ers and there are 0 Super Bowls underneath his belt, it will be looked at as one of the most disappointing coaching regimes in sports history. Nobody's going to look back and say, oh, he went to 2 Super Bowls. Harbaugh went to a Super Bowl, Ronbo. And how often is he mentioned in the 49ers name?
Not often.
I mean, not often, Ronbo. See, if you want to really be remembered, you got to win the ring, Ronbo. He doesn't win the ring. He's just going to be another guy who stayed here for a while, won a couple of games. I promise you. I promise you.
I know. Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, all the 11 All-Pros. You put up 10 points in 1 Super Bowl, and then you fired your DC. Wow. Like, man. You know how they say sometimes, Ronbo, that, you know, the parents can't be, you know how sometimes they be like, you know, the kid won't be as good as the parent, and as, you know, like, in terms as players. They'll be like, you know, Archie wasn't as good as Peyton and Eli, or Ed wasn't as good as Christian.
It even goes down to siblings.
Ronbo. Kyle's not as good as Mike. Plain and simple. He's just not his dad, Ronbo. He just will not. He's just not his dad. Like, I don't understand why we can't get that through our heads 8 years in, Ronbo. This man has lost 3 Super Bowls. 3. 3. We can look at that Atlanta offense and say, man, that offense was the reason why y'all lost that game. Y'all sputtered out.
He wasn't the head coach, though, on that place. I'm trying to give him some kind of break.
Man. Nah, he was calling them plays, Ronbo.
Well,
he was calling them plays. He was called because I can't give him nothing else. Because you know why, Ronbo? Because Dan Campbell, he's a defensive guy. So I can't give him no slack for that. He's not calling the offensive plays. We know that's not even his expertise.
But you know what?
Quinn, my bad. Quinn.
The thing about DQ is he's supposed to be able to say, the play comes down, it goes through his microphone too. He's supposed to be able to either say yay or nay to whatever. So he left it completely, you can't have that kind of head coach.
Yeah, but we could say the same thing for like Mike Tomlin or something, but like some guys, that's just offense is not their thing. They're not gonna know it. You know what I mean? They want to. Yeah, they.
Well, see, that's why Shanahan does know. Shanahan was actually first an expert on defense. Do you know that? And then he became an offensive person that he is because he understands defenses. And that's what makes him an ideal head coach, actually. But he still does things that you scratch your head over. I understand that, though.
Yeah, like taking a guy with what? Ronbo, I think I saw on Nightcap yesterday, they were talking about it. Ronbo, Trey Lance since high school has thrown the ball, I think, 461 times. Since high school. That's 461 times. You took him at 3 instead of Justin Fields.
You got to run a risk.
Now, I get it hindsight, Ronbo. Justin Fields, look at him. Look at Justin Fields now. He's in Pittsburgh. I mean, hell, when was the last time we saw a quarterback succeed in Chicago? So
I know Caleb,
let's just...
Boy, Caleb has no idea what's about to happen. But maybe if he succeeds, we'll see. But that's a rough place for a quarterback.
Yeah, Ronbo. I mean, I've never seen a quarterback have success in Chicago, so I can't even.
Not once. A long time ago, he won that Super Bowl, but they had a system where the defense was out there killing people.
Yeah, that defense, that 46
Mike and company.
46 bad.
Monsters of the Midway. Oh, my God. Oh, that's what defenses were allowed to do what they wanted to do, and there wasn't no flags for being too rough.
Yeah. See, Ronbo, football like that, man. I've seen the commercials, man. It was a video I saw. It said every hit in this NFL, I think it was like an NFL NBC
Special.
intro. They said
Yeah.
every hit will be a fine today. Man, I'm talking about guys getting
Really,
clothesline.
70%, 80% would be fines. Huge. Some guys would end up getting kicked out of the league. You need to watch some film of the early Raiders. See, not early 80s, late 80s Raiders and Steelers. Even the Dolphins to some degree. And I didn't tell you about Chicago. Guys were getting carried off the field on, man, it was right and left. Quarterbacks never, you were lucky if you had a quarterback to survive the season. It just didn't happen.
So, Ronbo, I'm really grateful we got Kyle Shanahan. But here's something I don't want to get confused for how I feel for Kyle Shanahan. I'm not saying I never wanted Kyle Shanahan as our coach. I recognize Kyle Shanahan, Ronbo, he brings in really good free agents. Ronbo, you name me one trade for a player that Kyle Shanahan has made and is not succeeded. Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams, Emmanuel Sanders, plenty of other players.
He does
Chase Young. He always does well when it comes to trading for talent inside the NFL that he's always seen. I give him props for that. Left guard, Laken Tomlinson, Aaron Banks. I give him props for that. Left tackle, Joe Staley, Trent Williams. I give him props for certain things, Ronbo. I see these things. Trust me, I see them. But I can't ignore the fact that we sat up here and said, Ronbo, we need to upgrade at the quarterback position. Jimmy G, you're getting us there, but you're not getting us over the hump. We were able to look at our quarterback and say, you're holding us back. Why can't we look at our head coach who is constantly not showing up in the biggest game possible and say, damn it, he's not going to get it done and he's holding us back?
Well, they're two different positions. One guy has just one job. The other guy's got the whole job.
Ronbo, now you know good and well that quarterback position is not like anyone on that field.
If
that's probably the closest position to head coach you got.
Well, yeah,
because quarterback, you got to take some blows at quarterback, Ronbo. That head coach don't even have to think about.
But Shanahan's not going to allow you to have that. He might now though. But Jimmy had a leash on him for sure.
Ronbo, who was blaming Shanahan when Jimmy missed that throw? Well, nobody blaming Kyle. It was all on Jimmy. Yeah. Jimmy. It's been Jimmy.
Jimmy was
and then this year it was Steve Wilkes.
For all failures. I know. There's always Shanahan still gets his share of blame though.
No,
every year
don't.
They may have picked out certain people. He gets blamed. I mean, there's some blame given him.
If he was getting blamed, he'd be on the hot seat. That man's job is not at stake. Blame is being held accountable. He's not being held accountable, Ronbo. His job is not on the line.
You're right. And guys that do, Mike Pearsall for the first Super Bowl, got rid of Mike that summer. Burford's walking on thin ice in this camp. I hope he makes the team, though, because we cannot judge him on one play, but they'll do it.
He got rid of Matt Breida, Ronbo. Matty B.
Yeah, Ray McLeod. They asked him to leave immediately after the Super Bowl. So, I know what you're saying. But Jalen, we're going to run out of time. We already ran out of time. We're way over. But everybody loves you.
Man, Ronbo, you tell me if Kyle Shanahan has replaced Trent Brown or DeForest Buckner. He didn't have to touch those two guys, Ronbo. Has he replaced either one of those guys yet?
Well, Mike McGlinchey.
You think Mike McGlinchey's better than Trent Brown?
No, that's why I'm joking. Trent Brown is, but Trent he wasn't. Kyle wants to run. Trent doesn't run block very well, I guess. I don't know why they couldn't train him to do so. Trent was a little lazy, I guess, as well. The guy did not like to stop eating.
Man,
but try to get through that brick wall. I know. Guy had arms like an octopus too. So, Jalen, we gotta go though. I'm gonna say, give me some more. I'll be looking forward to it Tuesday. And Jalen fell back into a sleep. He woke up just to tell us about Kyle again. Hey, Smooth.
Ronbo, what's up, bro?
Smooth, man. We're looking at the wide receiver room. Smooth, man. We got a wide receiver
Yeah,
room this
man.
year. Oh my God.
Oh, bro, I've been waiting for this. Hey, I got something to run down to you about the receiver thing, man.
All right, do that.
Okay. First of all,
Smooth.
Yeah. I'm here.
No, Smooth.
Hey, wait.
No, I didn't say anything. I was waiting for you to continue. You said you had something you wanted to run down. I said, please go ahead.
Okay. We dropped the two wide receivers.
Okay.
Okay. The reason why. Okay. Answer me this, Ronbo, real quick. What school did Pearsall come from? The wide receiver.
Florida.
See, okay, everybody would say Florida, right? Mm-hmm. Originally, he came from Arizona.
Well, yeah, that's where he met Aiyuk. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. And who was the coach? Herm Edwards. Herm Edwards, before he left. Okay. Now, we already knew we was going to have a problem with Aiyuk. A lot of people saying, it's going to get done before the season starts, like they always do. That's how the 49ers do business. They wait till the last minute.
Yeah.
But check this out. This is the thing. If you look at it, this draft right here, mm-hmm. This is the best draft that Shanahan had since he became coach. He knew he had to get it right. Once what's his name? That left and went to Washington.
Oh yeah.
Then
Peterson, Adam Peters.
Okay. He learned, or John Lynch learned under him. They had to get it right. This is the best draft they had since they took over. Now, Pearsall, he's just like Aiyuk. He's a little bit slower than he runs a 4.4. Aiyuk runs a 4.3. But if you look at the body of work, he learned from Aiyuk when Aiyuk got to Arizona. Then they became close friends. They've been friends. They run. If you look at them and put number 11 on Pearsall, they look the same. Yeah. They route runners. The Super Bowl, they could not separate. Jennings should have been MVP. He knows that. Mm. They keep giving his 1-year contract. Okay, the last thing they offered him this year was a $4 million contract. I think it was 1 or 2 years. He don't want that. He knew he would be an MVP in the Super Bowl, so he knows his stock has gone up.
Well, Jauan. Yeah.
Jauan Jennings. So now, if he don't sign that tender, there's nothing they can do. He's not under contract, really. That tender he got. Now, if you don't sign that, okay, yeah, right. If you don't sign that by then, they're going to say, okay, we're going to get the best what we can for him. Now, he was a 7th-round draft pick. They can get a 2 for him. That's how good he's been. He's the big body receiver. Now, if he leaves, they're going to keep Conley. Conley going to move in his spot. They're going to keep 6 wide receivers. They're going to keep Brandon Aiyuk. Now, Brandon Aiyuk, if they don't keep him, they already got Pearsall to move in for Brandon Aiyuk because they similar. And now, if you look at Shanahan, he wants receivers that separate. He couldn't do that in the Super Bowl. He won't separate it. You look at everybody they have on offense, all the receivers are separators. Brandon Aiyuk separator. Pearsall separator. Deebo, not so much a separator. Gadgets player. Now, if they wanted to keep Aiyuk or Deebo, which one would go? Brandon would go.
Yeah, between Brandon Aiyuk and Deebo.
I disagree. My opinion. Now look, I just said what everybody they draft for the replacement stars. Garado, the running back, he's a 4.3 guy. Mm-hmm. They say, he's big, he's fat. No, he's slim. He's not 5'11". He's 6'1", 220.
And he catches the ball too. He can catch too.
Exactly, and he can block. Danny Gray went injured, and Danny Gray by week 6 or something like that, 6 or 7, Danny Gray was healthy. Danny Gray was healthy. Only reason he didn't get on the field, inconsistent. Shanahan, if you can't block and separate and run around, and you're just a straight line runner, you're not gonna be here. No. They don't want this. Not going to be here. The secondary, I'm not worried about secondary. The secondary is cool. Linebacker is cool. The defense is set. I'm not worried about the defense. But for the receivers that we're going to keep right now, Danny Gray gone. He gone. He just playing. He'll be playing for preseason, playing for another team. So he's gonna be showing his talent for another team. Now, a team like that he can go to, they're already loaded. It's Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
Kansas City, they don't care about blocks. They don't have blockers. They don't care about all they want is
you run, I know.
Speed. That's it.
They've had a track team over there for a long time.
We posted to Worley out of Tennessee. No, out of Texas.
Whitworth.
What happened?
Yeah.
I said, Whitworth. I said, watch this. I said, watch Kansas City take him.
No, okay,
but
they got.
I ain't gonna do it.
The Bills made that possible, though. I still blame them for that. But anyway.
Yeah, and guess what? The Kansas City Chiefs, they already touring. The Texas receiver, they already touring. Oh, he's dropping passes already. Oh, he can't
heard
catch
about
on the
that.
juggling machine.
I was delighted.
Yeah,
I thought somebody made it up,
know what?
but I've heard it more than once. Oh, really? Okay.
I'm glad we didn't draft him.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't really care for him. I just didn't want the Chiefs to have him. Is what my thing was.
6'1", 168 soaking wet, go across the middle and get hit.
Bam! That's all you're gonna pick him up.
Over. It's a wrap.
Somebody call his mom.
You know what? If I was him, I would have played defensive back.
Damn, he's 6'1". How much does he weigh? He weighs 160.
168. And that's with the pads on.
Oh,
talk to me.
Damn.
Come on, bro.
It's gonna hurt,
man. If it hurt. Shit.
I hope he's drinking.
Going across the middle.
Oh no. Well,
remember Tony Hill from the Dallas Cowboys back in the day?
Oh yeah,
Tony Hill, he was 219. He didn't even want to go across the middle. They gave him Danny White gave him a play, go across the middle. He goes straight. He didn't want to go across the middle.
Most receivers didn't like to run that route, and it really wasn't ran that much. Mostly outside the numbers, short route. The slant wasn't popular. You get the bejesus knocked out of you doing that. Now,
Colwyn,
if that receiver,
Colwyn that we had got,
Colwyn,
the receiver that we got, the speedster 4.3. That young man is tough.
Yeah, he's
tough. You remember how he take hits? I saw some highlights. He took a hit, jumped up like, that's all you got? I'm coming back. Line up. Here I come again.
I know.
He run all the route tree and everything. He's going to take over for Danny Gray. That's the Danny Gray move right there.
All he has to do is catch the ball. I understand he runs routes. So, yeah.
Yep. That's Danny Gray. 4.3 speed. He do everything that Gray should have been, but he's not. If Brandon Aiyuk leaves, Pearsall, he going to take over Danny Gray's spot. Now you have Christian McCaffrey holding out because he done being runner up on every. I'm telling you what it is.
But Smooth,
he always showed up.
Yeah, but Smooth,
training camp.
I know it, but that's what I was thinking about last time we talked about this. Smooth, we're going to run out of time, though. Good stuff. I love the energy tonight. You came in ready.
Okay, but check this out. This is the last thing. I'm going to let you go.
All right.
McCaffrey ran a 4.4. Okay? He looked faster on the speed. Ronbo, they got from Missouri. That's his replacement right there. Bigger, stronger, more durable. Can take hits and stand on his feet.
Can't wait to see.
And then Klein, the tight end free agent Klein that we got.
Yeah.
Basketball player, 6'6".
Yeah.
He's gonna be replaced from George Kittle. Watch.
You don't even need to replace George. Just be out there with George. I'm tired of watching George. I'm saying when these other contracts come up again. Then Klein stays. You gotta wait.
That's what it's going. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying the Niners already drafted replacements just in case we lose some star players.
Yeah, they always do.
Okay.
They did that with Jair Brown
but
last
this
year.
gonna be this is gonna be interesting right here. I can't wait. I wish the season started tomorrow.
It's exciting stuff.
I can't wait. Monday night. And check this out. Monday night.
Yes,
but guess what? Okay. Guess who put Aaron Rodgers out for the season? Leonard Floyd. We got Leonard Floyd. Now we got Leonard Floyd. You'll see him again Monday night. I'm out. I'm gone. Bang, bang, not a game.
All right, fam. Night Smooth.
All right, I'm out. All right.
Leonard Floyd doesn't really hurt people, though. He gets him down to the dirt. I've never seen. He hasn't been vicious. Actually, Nick Bosa either. Nick doesn't hurt quarterbacks. He takes him down, stands up and looks at him. But you never see Nick come in with a body crunching kill. Michael.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How's your night going, buddy?
Michael, doing great, man. Holiday weekend. We're sitting there enjoying our wide receiver room.
Weekend, right? I can't wait. Oh yeah, the wide receiver room. Maybe I need to join the wide receiver room just to chill out.
We keep
see what they're talking
names
about.
That we forget that we have. There are this guy. How many guys in that wide receiver
good
room?
Receivers. Yeah. A lot. I think we got a lot of good receivers. I mean, I'm hoping everybody gets a chance. The ones that might get cut, I hope they get a fair chance. You know.
Yeah, well, they're going to, but still. There's 4 guys that are automatically going to make it.
A lot of them might end up going to teams that we're going to have to play against, like the Chiefs. You never know. Teams that need receivers, they might be watching the 49ers to see who we cut, and they're going to go after.
Yeah, because everybody knows we have too many. Yeah.
Too many good players, and they're going to say, oh, now they got too many. They're going to let go. We're taking them. Yep.
Well,
I don't know if it's Bell, who's from Kansas City. If he gets cut, the Chiefs could take him. That's what they were talking about.
Wait,
Bell. They want Bell. Yeah. Some of the Chiefs fans want Bell.
Wait, what Bell? Oh, Ronnie, our Bell.
Ronnie Bell, yeah, he's from Kansas City.
Oh, is he?
I think that's where he's from. Yep.
Well,
I think that's where he's from.
He's got an uphill climb.
All right. Yeah, but still, if the Chiefs want to give him a shot, they give him a shot.
No, I mean, as far as the 49ers, he might be one of the casualties, actually. Maybe. It is hard to pick this 6. It really is.
It's hard to pick 6. Imagine imagine, Ronbo, if you're the coach, you had to pick, 4 or 5 receivers, all right? It's like almost like picking up, people on the street to play football with. Who are you going to take? Damn. It's hard.
It's like you almost have to flip a coin on some of them.
It's like watching the movie Little Giants when they had to pick the players. And when Icebox got cut, she couldn't make the team, and others didn't make the team, and then they had to form their own team. Imagine the Little Giants, kind of. Those kids can get, yep.
Oh, the Bad News Bears.
Bad News
my
Bears.
favorite.
Yeah.
But Kyle's got a checklist. A lot of guys can make most of that checklist, but not the whole checklist. If you don't block, and Kyle's going to watch that more than anything else, it seems, because that's all it takes for him to say,
I wish somebody could.
You got to go.
Man, if I was a fly, I'd love to see his checklist right there, just like a fly, just to watch. See his list. It's almost like Santa Claus. Who made it? Who's naughty? Who's nice?
Yeah.
Who's going to make it? Who's not going to make it?
Kyle's requirements list. And there's probably things we don't know about on that list as well. Whether he didn't throw his towel in the dirty clothes when he left. Every little thing. And you have to do that because some of these guys are equal. Okay, between Ronnie Bell. Ronnie Bell and who can I compare Ronnie Bell to?
You got to give him a shot. You got to give Ronnie Bell a shot. You got to give Danny Gray. I want to see more of Danny Gray out there too, just to see how he is. Because I'm afraid you let him go, what's going to happen? He's going to shine somewhere else good.
Maybe he'll shine.
That's what I'm afraid.
Hey, Mike, do this though. Pick out 4 guys that are probably on going to have to fight for this game. I'm Ronnie Bell and who? Danny Gray and who? So I got Coward.
Taylor.
Oh wow.
The guy we picked up for
Trent Taylor. Yeah, no. Then you got Tay Martin. Tay Martin hasn't done very much, and Kyle. I don't think Kyle's crazy about him. Ronnie Bell. Yeah. There's like a group of 6. So you got 3 different battles going on there.
You got Owens. You got Owens' son.
Don't forget Conley. It's just
Conley. Conley, I think, will be fine. Conley's good.
He's absolutely good. But do you keep him because he's the older guy of all these guys? And I'm sure I don't know if they want to. Conley is who he is, but maybe they think they might have something different with some of these younger guys.
Some teams keep 5 receivers, some keep whatever. I don't know how many each team keeps.
We usually keep 6, and maybe one on the practice squad.
Yeah, see, it's hard, man, Ronbo. It's so hard. You got so many good talent. It's like, what do? You can't keep them all.
That's the job right there.
And then you're going to be short-handed with some positions. You got to look at tight end. You need backup for tight end, for Kittles, running backs. You got, I think Mitchell's is going to go bye-bye.
Maybe not. Let's see what Pline looks like. If Pline makes it, it's going to be Kittle, Pline, and one of those other two. And Latu.
Oh, I love Pline. I like that tight end Pline. Latu, maybe put him in a different position.
No, Latu came in with the other, the guy that's a little tougher, got in trouble in the Super Bowl, but still.
Oklahoma State guy? I mean, the other guy from Oklahoma State was the Oklahoma State tight end?
That's him. Okay, so you got that. So Latu or the Oklahoma State kid stays, Pline and Kittle. They're only going to keep 3. I can't imagine keeping 4.
I would take a chance at Pline. Pline looks like a beast.
Oh, he's probably.
He looks like somebody. He'll make it. He's gonna. Yeah. When Kittle goes to WWE, Pline's gonna be taking over.
So that's why I'm saying you got 3 tight ends. Latu between Latu and the other guy. Pline probably makes it, just for his size alone. 6'6". God.
He's big. I saw. Oh my God. He'd probably be good for blocking too.
Yet to be seen. Yeah. But they probably pulled him in here for that. If he can't block, I don't think they would have drafted him, actually. Wait a minute. Was Pline an undrafted? He's a UDFA.
Yeah, no, they picked him up by an undrafted free agent. After the draft was over. They picked him up. They picked him up, and a Missouri running back who's supposed to be good, and a couple other players. The Michigan center who's going to make the team,
Oh, yeah,
I think he's going to make it. The center for Michigan. I think he's going to make it.
Oh, yeah, Braden Willis is who we were talking about. Braden
Willis
the
USC
University of Oklahoma, not Oklahoma State. So, yeah. Yeah, Braden,
right.
Poor guy, came into the Super Bowl and made a mistake.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see the Falcons, too. My daughter can't wait because her Eagles, Niners, she's going to be, and she knows that we're not playing her team this year. So I said, he's getting a break since you're not playing.
You support the 49ers?
Oh, she supports them, yep. But she gets mad about Zerper77 attacking her, a guy in the chat. But I'm glad the 49er Brian Tony.
I keep telling people, all you got to do is copy and paste. All I got to do is see the proof. Because we don't have time to go search it through and see what they did. But if I see any proof.
He's like, it's like watching all the Ram fans are like little daycare babies. I mean, come on.
Okay, Zipper, we're watching.
Yeah.
I've told you too many times.
Zipper. Yeah, and you start respecting the females in there too, because that's why my daughter wants to start doing like how you do your chat like that live. She wants to do a female group chat live like that for all the 49er females. Go for it. Get the females out there. Be nice. All the females can talk Niners.
And then some of these weak-kneed sisters that come in talking bad to girls, let them come to her chat, and she can give them the old bounceroo. That'd be all. I'd come in just to watch that.
I told her she does. I'm going to come in there and get some of the guys like Tony, Adam, Brian, Clarence.
Zero tolerance, fellas. Zero tolerance, you weak-kneed sisters. You're out of here.
All Rams would be allowed in that house. All Rams would be booted out like she said 49er Brian and Tony, welcome, and you're welcome. Yeah.
Michael, we got to go, though, Michael. Hey, I'll see you midweek, okay?
Have a good holiday, everybody, and shout out to Tony Wright and 49er Brian and all the females in here. Have a good night. Happy Memorial Day, and enjoy your barbecue tomorrow.
All right. Night, Michael. And let's go. 5. Sorry. Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, thanks for the contribution. CMC had 67 receptions. That's insane for a running back, 116. Hey, Brock Purdy. CMC, his whole thing is insane. The dude is a machine. That's why I said as soon as he came, everybody's talking about, we got Brock Purdy. He's a better quarterback. We got this. We got that. Listen.
Yo,
that
Ronbo,
be damn.
What it do?
If you got CMC,
what it do,
you got. Hold on a second. If you got CMC, everybody's gonna look good, and that's the case. We were one of the highest scoring teams in the league last year, and it had a lot to do with CMC.
CMC is the 49ers offense. It's not Brock Purdy. Purdy's a guy that's, he's got a nice beach chair. You know what I'm saying? In Cali, you ever see those cats just chilling at Newport Beach with that beach chair with a nice Corona like Snoop Dogg, those commercials? Brock Purdy needs one of those commercials because he's being carried on a chair.
Come on.
All throughout the field.
You can't go that
You know
far.
what I'm saying?
Brock Purdy does a good job. But
Purdy
without CMC, it's another story. He might still be good, but CMC, however good you are, he
Ronbo,
adds another level.
You are aware Jimmy Garoppolo's stats were better with CMC than Purdy.
Yeah.
You can look it up yourself.
No, they were equal for the charts. I've seen the charts.
No, Ronbo, no. You need to look it up. I did the research.
Well,
Garoppolo, now, let me tell you, that game in Mexico before he got hurt, look at his stats in that game. Had Jimmy not got hurt, he had 4 touchdowns, like almost 400 yards, and Jimmy was starting to feel himself. But then, he's glass, and he got hurt in that Miami game.
See,
I really feel if Jimmy didn't get hurt, he'd be your quarterback right now. I'm telling you.
You know what? That goes without. Jimmy probably, if he never would have got hurt, he probably still would have been. It probably might have won. It might have got over finally.
Now,
but you can't get hurt like that easily all the time. You're still a liability.
See, now, Jimmy Garoppolo, now, I'll give credit where it's due. If you look at Jimmy before the ACL tear, he was a totally different animal.
Yeah, he moved
around. I mean, he could move around. Yeah. Bill Belichick used to call draw plays for him up the middle, just like Trey.
That's insane.
And Jimmy would get 10, 12, 15 yards. You can look it up the highlights.
No,
but what Jimmy was, he was
I watched
Jimmy had more command. Jimmy, hey, knock it off, Joe. Hey, what are you doing? When marketing pro is speaking, you need to take notes. I'm a pro. But you know what I'm saying? But no, I'm just saying if Jimmy didn't tear his ACL, I think you guys have about maybe 1 or 2 Super Bowls. I'm being honest with you. I'm not a hater. I think Jimmy would have won a Super Bowl.
No, Jimmy got a lot of unnecessary shots. I mean, some of it was unwarranted. Some of it might have been a little warranted. Jimmy, any gunslinger, Jimmy's a gunslinger. People don't want to call him that, call him a check down, but that's not true because check down quarterbacks don't throw that many INTs. Also, Jimmy had more belief in his talent than he should have. Jimmy would throw that ball into windows that were like 3 inches wide. You can't do that. So,
now, let me tell you, that 2017 year, everybody was calling him that quick release. He can hit the throw through the tight windows, hyping him up. That's why the 49ers made him the highest paid quarterback in the league.
I know. I remember. And we sucked before he showed up, too. But, yeah.
But the point I'm making is, you know what I mean? The point I'm making is, though, Brock Purdy, I'm taking pride in Jimmy over Purdy. Jimmy had a bigger arm. You can look at the 2017 throws, and that'll prove it. But, I think the 49ers are the favorites in the NFC, but in marketing pros expertise, Brock Purdy's a huge question mark. Because, now, Ronbo, I'm going to bring up a couple points, and I want you to tackle them down and see what your opinion is. Now, if you watch that Ravens game, they stacked the box, they got rid of the zone, and they put the one-on-one coverage. And Purdy struggled to make those tight window throws to the sideline. And the Kansas City Chiefs did the same thing. They took CMC out of that game. They stacked the box. And Purdy was afraid to make those tight window throws. He didn't turn the ball over, but he missed a lot of opportunities in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, okay. Wait. I keep reminding people, though, people got to give Brock Purdy a chance to mature just a little bit, Because you made that comparison between him and Jimmy. Jimmy sat behind one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time for how many years? Brock did. He came in and had to get underway right away. So, I think we're going to see another Brock Purdy this year than you've seen last year and the year before that as well. So that's I don't know about every little thing he did to be magnified to that degree. Let's see what it looks like this season.
Now, you can go look at the evidence. Deebo was open 3 feet open. He was 3 feet distance from the cornerback. Purdy threw the ball late, and that ball did not have that Matthew Dine Stafford smoke on it. Look it up yourself.
No, I saw the game. You're talking about the one he threw over Deebo's head?
No, Deebo waiting in the end zone like any time now, and then Deebo kept walking towards the out of bounds, and then the cornerback's like, whoa, this took forever. And then he was able to, blocked the ball out of bounds. I mean, that was not a good throw at all.
Let's take notes this year, like you're doing now, and see the difference. Because as I say, rookies need a minute to grow. I mean, even if he is good, he still needs to learn some things. And he took a year off to rehab his arm, so he didn't even get a chance to work on his game. This year, he has worked on his game. Unlike and when he first got thrown into the mix against the Miami Dolphins, when Jimmy did go down, that was extraordinary for the simple reason that he's got no reps in practice. He just came in and just did what he does, and he succeeded. I got to respect that. Most people should respect that.
Ronbo, that's a great point. See, Ronbo Sports is not like those other, 49ers podcasts that's feeding these 49er fans that crack they want. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, the 49ers going to get it this year. No, but Ronbo drops the facts down the aisle, right in the middle, fair and square. But now let me tell you this. That was pre-Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
After that Ravens game, the game changed. The dice game wasn't so hot for Purdy. You know what I mean? He wasn't rolling that 7-11. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like, you know how you roll that dice and you throw it? Yeah, like 7-11. But no, he was getting like a 7 and a 5.
Yeah. Well, okay.
He
wasn't used to that defense, but I'd love to see Brock play that same Ravens defense now.
I would like to see Brock Purdy make those tight window throws because he's going to get. Here's what Purdy's going to get. You can write it down. To Market Pro, notice.
I know, but remember, receivers have to also provide that quarterback with the kind of target he needs. Now, you got Aiyuk. Usually, the reason why Aiyuk and Brock had such a great year is Aiyuk is open. Deebo is not so much. He's okay, but he's not going to break away from a defender that does a really good job on him. Deebo's got his specialties, but that's not really it. But between George Kittle and Aiyuk, there's going to be a lot of passes caught. Now, that's what Kyle was thinking, too, when he went out and picked out Ricky Pearsall and also Cowing out of Arizona. Because now he wants guys that can get to a spot, beat the defenders, and Brock can lay that ball on them. It has people like to blame the quarterback for everything. It's not always just the quarterback. It also has a lot to do with the receivers as well. So we're going to see that probably develop starting now and years to come.
Sean McVay's camp. See, now Kittle's had 4 yards in that Super Bowl. That's all on Brock Purdy. He was not aggressive enough. I mean, I refuse to believe.
No, I blame George too. No, George did some things that pissed me off in the Super Bowl. Well, George
blame
is
Kyle too. Blame Kyle.
Yeah, no, but George is fooling around with some guy laying on the ground. I said, George, you know what? Leave that dude alone and focus. I'm not sure what George was doing in the Super Bowl. I hope I don't see that again. But he can do better.
Well, you know what Matthew Dime Stafford said about Purdy in the Super Bowl, right? On a LA Sports Show, he goes, "There's no way Kittle should have 4 yards." That's on the quarterback.
Well, they did a pretty good job defensively in that secondary. You got McDuffie and Snead back there. They would cause a lot of problems. I don't even know who their safety is.
What's the Chiefs defensive coordinator? What's the Chiefs defensive coordinator? What's his name? Spagnolia didn't respect Purdy, man. He stacked the box, and he put Purdy on the spot, and them lights got bright on him. Them lights got bright. Now, you were saying Deebo was getting open. Deebo was, open all day.
No.
He was like, any time now. He was waiting. Look at that high. He was waiting for that ball while that duck was floating in the air.
And Snead and McDuffie were taking turns tag team and keeping Deebo uninvolved. He had a couple of chances here and there, but he didn't have a whole lot.
Like Papa Dragon said, shout out to the Dragon, you know what I mean? That's fire right there. Kyle Shanahan should have told Matthew Dime Stafford top 5 all time. Hey, come on in, dog. Let's get the Super Bowl. He didn't do that. We got to
go. I'm going to tell you what.
Rams Nation, you know what I'm saying? Marketing Pro. I bless the chat. You know what I mean? Ronbo Sports is number one. Like, subscribe, share, and get that Rams gear, too, while you're at it.
All right, good night. Have a great weekend. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Tony ATL.
Good evening, Ronbo. How are you?
Doing great. Anytime you get some time out to talk football, it's just so much fun. And then you got Marketing Pro, the comedian.
Marketing slow. Marketing slow. You need help. Big time. You call him a comedian.
You gotta give him credit. No matter what Matthew Stafford does, Marketing Pro definitely tells you that he's the greatest of all time.
I just saw this about a half hour ago while I was listening on your chat. I was going to YouTube. I don't know what channel this is or whatever it was. They had these pictures of these quarterbacks, all NFC quarterbacks, the rankings. They had Prescott number 1 and Stafford number 2. I put in the comments, this guy must have a drink in one hand and a blunt in the other. He just threw the 2 highest rated interceptors in the conference.
Wait. Tell me again. What was the name of this survey? What was it?
I don't know the name of the channel, but he just had the best quarterbacks in the NFC, not the whole league, the NFC. He had Prescott 1, Stafford 2.
Was this over a period of time? Was this just last season? What was he talking about?
I have no idea. I just saw the pictures.
I don't think he does
Brock
either.
Purdy is 4.
Okay, so he's talking about recently.
Jared Goff was like 7 or 8. Yeah, 7 or 8. I'm like, this guy is on drugs. He's out of his mind.
And Matt.
So I put a comment. Yeah, Dak at 1 and Stafford at 2. I'm like, nah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, Jalen Hurts was 3. Jalen Hurts was 3 and Purdy was 4.
Jalen didn't have all that good a year last year. I don't know. Sometimes quarterback ratings, they don't look at numbers. They just take a shot at who they think is the best.
Right.
So
and they had Kirk Cousins rated 6, and Goff. I think Goff should be in like the top 3 or 4, in my opinion.
Actually, no, I agree with that. I do. Jared Goff had a great year. How many yards did he throw for?
Yeah.
He was really up there.
It was over 4,000, but I don't know. It was 45, 46, 44, I don't know.
I think Jared's crossed the 5.
They're going to be dangerous.
A lot of times I used to tell people, man, Jared Goff's thrown for almost 5,000 yards. I know, but you know what? You got to realize the Rams were behind in those games, and Goff started going airborne the whole day. Anytime you do that, what's the quarterback's name over with the Chargers? He should have yardage like that all the time. They never run the ball, ever.
Yeah,
they had a good running back. They had back. Yeah, and they got rid of him just for that reason. I said, but
they'll run now with Harbaugh. They're gonna run. Harbaugh gonna run the ball.
Yeah, so I said, I guess.
Yep, and they drafted offensive tackle. So
yeah, and that, you can tell they want to run the ball. So
yeah, they got a fact because that other 2 offensive linemen hold left side in 2021, 2022, and 2024. They drafted first-round picks for offensive linemen. That tells me right there they're
building that line. Nobody's saying anything, but the Cowboys are doing the same thing too. They're building that offensive line quietly.
They are, unfortunately. But like I said to you a couple of weeks ago, as long as number 4 is the quarterback, those picks will still be thrown. It's going to happen.
But Tony, honestly, if Dak gets protected, Dak under pressure is what's causing them turnovers. If he gets enough protection, when he did have protection, he wasn't bad.
No, he wasn't bad. But that interception he threw inside the 30 in the playoff game, he wasn't under pressure. The interception that you talk about that he threw in Jacksonville, when he was staring down the corner,
they were both
wasn't under pressure either.
Looking like question marks. Both the receiver and the defender. And Dak's standing there. First of all, he's staring it down, the whole situation. So clearly he's going over there. And he did. No, he didn't. So that's a 6, Dak.
Yeah, we thought he was
going back the other way.
You threw that ball? Yeah. Oh, and Ronbo, speaking of Dak Prescott, they keep talking about his contract. Did you hear the statement he made earlier last week? He said, I don't play for money. I'm like, that's a crock.
Oh, you got it.
He said that on the NFL Network.
But he's good at PR moves all of a sudden. I've heard Dak say things like that before.
He is.
Very country gentleman type of things. Where's Dak from? Is he a Southern boy?
I know he went to Mississippi State. So I don't know if he's from the state of Mississippi, but he's from the South.
Okay, so see.
Fourth round pick out of Mississippi State.
Yeah. Dak knows just when to pull the fangs back a lot. You never hear people talk about Dak on a lot of networks, especially Stephen A. Smith, Molly Karam, some of the ladies that come on his show.
Yep.
They always talk about what a great guy Dak Prescott is. Now, I always said I don't really know personally. I don't pay that much attention, but you know what?
I think he's a good person.
He is, and he makes sure you think that way too. He doesn't do anything that's going to disturb that. Where there's other guys around the NFL that this guy's a jerk, and but they're everybody pretty much their personalities out there as to who they are. So Dak's gonna so you can't
Dak's
talk about
gonna throw those picks.
Yeah.
I keep saying, all you Rams fans in here, Matthew Stafford the same way. So Stafford got a strong arm. He is going to throw picks. Prescott is going to throw picks. It's who they are. It's what they do. Get used to it, Ram fans. Don't act like Stafford don't throw picks.
Yeah. Only Winston. Jameis Winston
He's
can
in the
beat
top
him
10
both.
all time throwing picks.
Jameis can beat him if he gets a chance to play.
He ain't gonna get a chance to play in Cleveland. But,
yeah.
So all three of those guys are the same.
Yeah. I don't know. It's that.
Ronbo, you were talking about your receiver room.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you guys. I heard you mention them, but I ain't heard nobody in the chat mention Ronnie Bell at all.
Oh, we've been talking about him all night. Yeah, see, okay, because in the beginning we forgot about him. We named the 4 guys that are automatically on the team. They don't even have to try out. They can just leave that to the rest of the guys on the team trying to make the team. Because Deebo, Aiyuk, Jennings, Ronnie Pearsall, Ricky Pearsall, they made the team already.
Yep.
But after that, there's some question marks. And there's a lot of guys. I mean, Ronnie Bell's just one of. You got Cowing's a draft pick, and I kind of think he may have an inside track on that 5th spot. But Danny Gray, Ronnie Bell, Tay Martin.
I like Chris Conley. Chris Conley. He can catch.
T.O. Everybody loves Conley.
Yep.
I think if we took a vote of the last guy you want to see leave, it might be Conley. Guy's good. Smooth as silk.
And he's got experience.
And that.
He's going into his 9th year. And he can run routes.
He's not going to freeze up in the big games. He's already been there, done that. So, yeah.
No.
Man. But I think he's in trouble.
The tight end room is kind of young, though, other than Kittle, though, Ronbo. The 2 rookies from last year, they're going to be boosted up. Now that
the 2
guys we signed from
oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you picked up our guys. You picked Dwight and who else? You picked up 2, didn't you?
Dwelly. Yeah, we just picked up Dwelly. We signed who's the other guy we signed? We signed Warner about 2 months ago.
It's Warner and Dwelly. Those are 2 guys. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like Ross Dwelly. I like Warner too. He can block. Ross Dwelly can also catch.
Oh yeah, Ross and
run routes.
And he gets open too. And he's good. The 49ers held on to him as long as they could. He came out of a California school as a UDFA.
University of San Diego.
San Diego, that's right, huh?
Undrafted free agent 2018. I got it right here.
And for giving him credit, he lasted a long time as UDFA. He just didn't get utilized as much as he should have. So.
Yep. Well, Charlie Warner's kind of coming back home. I didn't know he went to Georgia. Y'all drafted him as a 6th round pick in 2020. Yeah. So he's coming back home, Georgia. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the best. I hate to say, because I get in arguments now with people who do defend the Big Ten and those schools. I say, you know what, guys, if I was a scout, I'd beg, listen, can I be assigned to the SEC area? I mean, they got the talents in the SEC. It used to be the other way around. SC, UCLA, Stanford. I mean, these are the power schools. Oregon. Those are the schools that brought out the best of the best that's going to the NFL, right? It's all reversed now.
Yep.
Even Cal had some players. Muncie, one of the best wide receivers of all time. These guys, man, it's amazing.
Marshawn Lynch with it.
Marshawn, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
So.
Rodgers. Yep.
Aaron. Greatest quarterbacks of all time. Yep. Yeah, that's changed. So, who are your best quarterbacks? There's no special place where the best quarterbacks come out of anymore, though, is there?
No, not really. I mean, if you get them, you get them. USC, North Carolina, LSU, Washington, those are the ones from this year.
Then you look at
Ronbo, I see that y'all drafted. Y'all got an undrafted free agent tight end
playing.
Y'all signed out of Tennessee. He was a projected 7th round pick, but he didn't get what's his name? McCallan Castles out of Tennessee.
Wait a minute. Now you're talking about
I don't
names
know
I
much
didn't know was
about
on
him.
this team. All I know about Pline. That's the only tight end I paid much attention to. Pline's a UDFA as well.
Yep, McCallan Castles. Mm-hmm.
Why do you mention him now? Is he good?
24 years old. He's 6'5", 252. I'm just going to read the final analysis. It says, thanks to his willingness to survive in traffic and awareness when looking for the right spot to sit in the zone coverage, Castles could end up earning a roster spot as a depth player. He'll have to contribute on special teams to make it happen. He's got the grit and physicality to be a good fit on those units.
Looking at this guy
That was the final analysis.
I do remember him now. Yeah, because George is going to have to be relieved of some of his duties. I can't have him inline blocking all game long. George used to be inline blocker maybe 3 or 4 times maximum in very critical situations where I want my best blocker out there. But I don't want him blocking all day. And in fact, I want him out on more pass routes starting now than before. George is getting to the point in his career now. Stop wearing him out with blocking. Let's get him out there in some routes. Damn it. We'll find out.
Latu will be blocking. Cameron Latu will probably be blocking more for you guys.
Well, he should be. I mean,
Now that he's moving up.
because he refuses to catch the ball.
But Ronbo, I like that Brandon Willis. 6'4", 245.
Yeah, he just got nervous.
He had the Cal put him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Ronbo, he can catch.
No,
I
no,
like that kid out of Oklahoma. I remember him in Oklahoma.
I think his nerves are shot. He looked good preseason last year too. Yeah. Tony,
Yeah.
we do have to go though.
Yeah.
Let's see midweek. I'm thinking Tuesday.
Yes, sir. But Ronnie Bell will make that team. Chris Connolly will make that team. I don't know who all your receivers going to be.
That's 6.
But you got to keep Bell and Connolly.
I would like to. I don't know. We're going to see. If that room is too many bodies, a lot of them got talent. All right, Tony. Always appreciate you.
We got the preseason. Yes, sir.
Right.
Always good talking to you, Ronbo. Enjoy your Memorial Day. I'm off tomorrow, too. I'm just going to rest these knees and
there you go.
Get ready for work on Tuesday.
All right. Tony, happy holiday.
And for all you trolls in the chat, happy holidays. To all you Ram trolls or whatever, your ass, as usual. Tribe and all you bums. Ronbo, good night.
Good night, Tony. Oh, God. Anyway, it's a wrap, and I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see. I'm thinking Tuesday. It might be Wednesday, but for sure it's gonna be one of those, one day or the other. And let's see what develops in Ninerville. Fam, please subscribe before you go so we can notify you when we get ready to do this again. By the way, if you're in here for the first time and some of the people in there are a little bit strange, listen. Just as I say, you don't have to put up with it. Just hit block, and then of course you just be the people that you want to be involved with. If you enjoy fighting with trolls, you've come to the right place. They're very consistent on showing up. Okay. And thanks for your contributions, fam. Always appreciate it. I see you. But as I say, between Tuesday or Wednesday, don't forget it. Niner! Hey, I can do it now. Niner! I thought it was done. Okay. See you later.